Good evening, everyone, and welcome into Madison Central High School and WBON TV as we tip off our coverage of high school basketball season with Madison Central and Pulaski County. I'm Michael Watkins along with Wes Chandler, and tonight the Indians begin their quest for a second state title under Alan Feldhouse Jr. and another trip to the Sweet 16. And while there are months in between now and the opportunity for that, it all starts tonight for the Indians. West for Madison Central, they come in ranked in the top 10 in every poll that I've seen for the preseason. And they were even top 5 in most of those. And with a legendary coach and a senior-heavy roster, the Indians are poised for another terrific season.
It seems like they have all the ingredients, right? Now it's just a matter of can you mix those together and form a delicious treat. All the treats are there. You have Jake Feldhouse, who returns averaging 22 points per game a year ago. He and Luke Asher form a really nice 1-2 tandem for Madison Central. You talked about the veteran experience and the coaching staff for the Indians. Everything's there, but as you know, it's a long season. A lot can happen.
Well, and you call the college games for EKU. You see a lot of things there. We're kind of like the transfer portal for Madison Central. They bring in a kid in Grayson Burton who averaged 20 points a game last year for Knox Central as a freshman. When you bring back the 6 seniors and a roster of very experienced players for the Indians like they do, trying to mix in a player like Burton, how does that mesh? It'll be interesting to see how they kind of coincide tonight.
Yeah, because you hear the old adage of there's not enough basketballs for all these superstars. Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how they gel. They've had the whole offseason to work in practice to get together that tandem. I'm sure that they've done stuff outside of basketball to form that chemistry as well off the court. So that'll help certainly as this season goes along. And you get game experience. There's nothing more valuable than game experience. It may take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games to be able to get that, but once that clicks, then you will start to see this team really take off, in my opinion.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter how often you practice during the preseason. You can scrimmage 10 different teams. Once you get it in real game mode, that's when you find out how things are going. As for Pulaski County, John Fraley enters his 10th season at the helm of the Maroons, where he has seen postseason success in his own career, going to Rupp Arena on 3 occasions, winning 3 Region 12 titles, and including another appearance in the championship game in the 12th region. And while he doesn't have the resume and the wins of Alan Feldhouse Jr., being a winning coach is in his blood, as his dad, Dave Fraley, won a state championship with Pulaski County back in 1986. So 2 really good coaches going at it tonight.
Yeah, that family over there is royalty over there. When you talk about just the game of basketball in Pulaski County, that 12th region basketball, there's nothing like it. There's some intense battles over there, and it is intense. It's kind of out for blood over there. And Pulaski County's had some great players in the past. You go back, some of you older folks, Reggie Hansen, who played at the University of Kentucky. I mean, there's a lot of great athletes that have come through Pulaski County. And John, his son, has kind of picked up that pace and led them to 19 wins last year. So it's certainly a thing where Pulaski County could be one of those teams that maybe a team or two overlooks them in the 12th region. They could be out there at the end.
Yeah, and 2 for Pulaski County, it's a family atmosphere. They've got the son of the legendary coach, Dave Fraley, coaching them now in John. He has a son and 2 nephews on the team, and you'll probably see all 3 of those see action tonight. We're here live on the Bishop Small Engine Repair Game of the Week on WBON TV. Bishop Small Engine Repair, with a variety of outdoor power equipment, is second to none in all of Richmond, Kentucky. There isn't a friendlier, more knowledgeable staff than Bishop's. They're happy to help you find either the perfect outdoor power equipment, service, or the parts you've been looking for. Check out their brochures, including Bearcat, Cub Cadet, Echo, Grasshopper, Makita, and Shindawa, to see what all is available at Bishop's. If you're looking for that perfect Christmas gift, see what, one of them 0-turn mowers under the tree, if you can fit it underneath there, would be pretty cool to wake up to. We'll step aside for our first commercial break. Not going to officially start the pregame show until the JV game is over, but a lot more to get to when we come back on WBON TV.
You know what they say. Every great season starts with a strong lineup. Need agility? The Trailblazer cuts through traffic like a wide receiver in the red zone. Power? The Silverado handles work and tailgates like a linebacker on a mission. And if you're ready to go electric, the Equinox EV has the range to go all the way. No matter your game plan, Jack Burford Chevrolet has the vehicle that suits your drive. Stop in, suit up, and let's kick off your next adventure.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
You've heard the name Chenault Vineyards, but what do you know about it? Chenault Vineyards is a place for the community to enjoy. Central Kentucky's premier event and wedding destination with 5 event venues, full-service catering, over 13 varieties of wine, live music entertainment, seasonal food options, weekly themed Wednesday night out and girls night out, trivia, murder mystery date nights, and free yoga on the point with beautiful views. Everyone can find something to do at Chenault Vineyards. Want to know more? Follow them on Facebook and Instagram or plan your night out at ChenaultVineyards.com.
We all have dreams. For some, it might be playing professional baseball like Keenan Wiley, former Madison Central baseball player, did. For others, maybe it's just dreaming of your forever home. Well, after a career of playing the game that he loved, now Keenan has another dream, helping you find that dream home. Check out the new development at Crutcher Pike Estates here in Richmond. Like Keenan Wiley Real Estate on Facebook, and let Keenan help guide you through the process of finding your dream home in Central Kentucky.
Hey! Oh my gosh, your husband is so hot. I know. No, like really hot. I know.
We've got to call Joseph's Heating and Air.
Is your AC unit not cooling? Call Joseph's Heating and Air. They're experts in fast, reliable AC maintenance and repair. They'll keep you cool when it matters most. Proudly serving Richmond, Lexington, and surrounding areas. Don't sweat it. Call Joseph's Heating and Air.
We're back here on WBON TV. Michael Watkins, Wes Chandler, as the JV game currently going on, and there's about 4.5 minutes left in the JV game. So we'll continue our coverage here. We'll get the varsity game and everything coming up. It's supposed to be a 7:30 tip-off. Pulaski County got here a little bit later than they would have liked to, so the freshman game didn't tip off till almost time for the JV game. The JV game's in the third quarter. They didn't even do a halftime. They went straight from the second quarter to the third quarter to try to get the varsity game as close to its normal starting time as possible. But Wes, we were talking about things before we came on the air. Before we dive into our pregame show, so you're from London. You've seen Pulaski County. You've kind of been around their success. You're familiar with it. When you talk about like mountain basketball, it's a lot different than what we're seeing now. Like you grew up in the mountains. I grew up in the mountains. I'm from Breathitt County. You see how things are done there and how they're done here. It's a lot more physicality and stuff like that up in the mountains. Whereas here, while yes, it is physical, the athletes are just so much different.
It's a lot like high school football, but played on a hardwood, basketball hardwood. There's a lot of physicality. You have a lot of good old-fashioned, what I like to call good old-fashioned country boys.
There you go.
Strong
the
country boys.
Fed, right?
Like their mama's fried chicken. It's,
I tell you what, I haven't had dinner yet, so don't talk about food too much with me during the
But no, it really is. I mean, everything anytime you go to the rim, it's going to be a challenge that's going to be something that you've got to kind of bring your lunch pail if you want to get 2 points.
I was talking with somebody last night. When I played, we went to a prospect camp when I was in high school going into my senior year. There were 4 kids from my basketball team that went, and they put a 5th player to give us 5. Everybody was like paired with 5 people. So us 4 and one other player. That one player's name was Courtney Embry. He was on the Bryan Station basketball team, but was maybe an average Bryan Station player. He was our best player at that prospect camp by far, and barely played at Bryan Station. He could have came and probably scored 30 a game for our high school. That's how good he was, but he was just another athlete at Bryan Station. You kind of run into that a lot. There's a lot of really good athletes that kind of get lost in the shuffle because there's so many to choose from. Some of these 6A schools, they've probably got 4 or 5 guys that are not even playing basketball that could go start at some of these smaller schools around the area.
And I think that's why you're seeing it trickle down into the high school level, too. Players leaving, players transferring else to somewhere, get more playing time and get exposure because you have a chance, if you're in the right system and in the right program, to maybe get a college scholarship or get a look at getting one.
Yeah, I remember a couple of years ago talking about the transfer portal, which even at college now, it's still not figured out. They're still trying to find the right way to do this thing. You know, to me, the loyalty is a very big thing. You don't see that anymore at the college level. And as you said, it's starting to trickle down into those high school levels where I know one kid that's a sophomore in high school has played in high school since he was in 8th grade. He's played for 3 different teams already, going into his sophomore year, his 3rd team. So it's very, very difficult to see. And if you're a fan of some of these teams, there's a lot of people around the state that they could have a kid on the team, they could be an alumni, but there's a lot of people that come out just to watch basketball, and they become fans of, you know, these players. And to see one of them leave, as you talked about at the college level, football right now. I was talking to somebody last night. They're talking about the transfer portal and how crazy it is. You never know. You got to not only recruit at the college level athletes to come to your team, you got to recruit your own players to stay in it.
Re-recruit. Yeah, you have to re-recruit your own players. And what do these student athletes out here that we're going to see tonight, what do they do when this game's over? They go home, they turn on ESPN, they turn on all these college basketball games, and they see that this player started at one school, left to another. They want to be just like this kid. So they think that it's in their best interest to go somewhere for a year, improve some of my skills, go somewhere else where I can better hone those said skills and parlay that into a better basketball playing career.
Well, and it's a case of now where, you know, the money is a big thing. And I get it. If you are a kid who didn't come up with a whole lot of money and you're getting, you know, millions of dollars thrown around at you, it is hard to say no. But it's also very, very special to build something and, you know, bring it all together. And listen, and I'm not knocking anybody. Listen, if you can make more money and you leave for a better job, more power to you. Athletes, I feel like they've got to kind of be treated the same way. If you have a better opportunity, you know, why not take it? But when it trickles down into the high school level, that's when there starts to be a concern, because eventually they can't figure it out at the college level. If it goes into high school and you just let kids do whatever they want to do, then you're going to see a lot of stacked teams across the state. And who's to say? I mean, you could find 5 players from anywhere, put them on a bad team, and who knows what happens. But there's no control over it right now.
No, it's not. And that's something I think if you poll every coach in America, regardless of the sport, they're going to say that there's a solution that needs to be had. And what's working now isn't working, basically. What they've got in place right now isn't working. But like you kind of said, Michael, it's almost to the point where these kids play on different AAU circuits and have a relationship with players just beyond their high school team, that it's almost like, okay, I know this person, I've got a connection, I can go and pick up my guy. It's almost like playing pickup basketball. Let's you be a captain, I be a captain. I'm going to pick my team, and we're going to go play some basketball.
Here at Madison Central, it's the Indians taking on Pulaski County. The JV game with about 1:12 remaining in the 3rd quarter. We'll step aside for another commercial break. Again, we'll start our normal pregame coverage once the JV game is over. But for now, we'll pause and take another commercial break. We'll be right back on WBON TV.
Merry Christmas from Gwen's Fine Jewelers in Richmond. Everything store-wide is on sale now, up to 50% off, with doorbusters starting at $49. Receive a free pair of 1.5 carat total weight lab-grown diamond studs on purchases of $5,000 or more. Spend $10,000 and receive a pair of 2 carat total weight lab-grown diamond studs with purchase. Kendra Scott pieces are buy 2 get 1 at 50% off. Lab-grown diamond studs starting at just $2.99. Hurry to Gwen's Fine Jewelers, where gorgeous gifts shine brighter than ever.
To some, it's just a boat. But to Jim, it's his escape from meetings, traffic, and the grind of daily life. He may not catch any keepers, but he wouldn't trade his day on the lake for anything in the world. That's why his boat is insured by Kentucky Farm Bureau. But it's not just Kentucky's Farm Bureau. It's Jim's Recharge the Battery Farm Bureau. My Farm Bureau.
David Mayo, John Rader, and Chris Hornsby with Kentucky Farm Bureau.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Wings or strips?
Wings.
No, strips. Guess you gotta flip a coin.
Famous last words.
Wings and strips.
You just can't lose with the split decision meal. Only at Lee's. Famous for a reason.
Your Lee's Famous Recipe locations are proud supporters of our local Madison County High School sports teams. Have dinner tonight before the game at Lee's Berea, just off I-75 at exit 76, or swing by Lee's Richmond, 1000 Center Drive. Since 1974, Linville Insurance has proudly served our community with values that stand the test of time: family, integrity, and service. We lead with kindness, do what's right, help others, and stay informed so you can trust us with what matters most. As a proud Shepherd Insurance partner, we offer the strength of a large agency with the heart of a local one. From business to home, auto, farm, life, and employee benefits, we are your one-stop insurance advisor. Join the Linville Insurance family and experience the difference.
At Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, we make it our priority to deliver the gentle, compassionate care that you deserve from a dentist. Offering single-visit restoration on crowns, bridges, inlays, onlays, and veneers with CERAC. Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry is equipped to handle all your dental needs, from surgical implant placement and restoration, teeth whitening, root canal therapy, and more. And we now have the Cone Beam 3D technology for taking scans of the jaw. For your next dental appointment, call Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry at 859-985-0201.
Been an entertaining night so far of basketball. So welcome you back in to WBON TV. The freshman game went to overtime with Pulaski County, winning 52-48 in the JV game. A last-second shot at the buzzer in regulation, a three-pointer by the Indians, sent it to overtime, but they lost by 4 there. Here in the JV game, it's been back and forth throughout, tied at 36 at the moment. And there's 5:16 to play in the fourth quarter. Pulaski County and Madison Central. Back here on WBON TV, our coverage, as always, presented by Bishop Small Engine Repair, right here in Richmond on North Estill Avenue, where the variety of outdoor power equipment is second to none. In all of Richmond, Kentucky, there isn't a friendlier or more knowledgeable staff than Bishop's. They're happy to help you find either the perfect outdoor power equipment, service, or the parts you've been looking for. Check out their brochures, including Bearcat, Cub Cadet, Echo, Grasshopper, Makita, and Shindawa, to see what they have available. And if you need help in making your selection, you can call or stop in on North Estill Avenue in Richmond. And again, one of those zero-turn mowers, or maybe it's just a weed eater. You need something to kind of get yourself ready for next spring. It'll be here before you know it. Check out Bishop Small Engine Repair. You can also go online to bishopssmallenginerepair.com. Michael Watkins, Wes Chandler here. A good JV game unfolding, and a nice play there made by the Indians. They'll go on top 38-36 with 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. As we look at this matchup tonight, the Indians and Pulaski County. Again, we'll save most of our notes and things for the pregame show, which will be coming your way following the conclusion of this JV game. We do want to let you know that coming up this weekend, so there will be no basketball on BON Friday and Saturday. On Friday night, we'll be live for the downtown Richmond Christmas Parade. It'll be fun there. Our coverage will begin at 6:30. The floats and everything will make their way downtown around 7 o'clock. And then on Saturday, we'll be live from the Berea Christmas Parade. So it's that time of year. Wes, did you have a good Thanksgiving, man?
I did. It was good.
It kind of went by like a flash.
Doesn't it always? I ate way too much. Still got leftovers I'm working on. Yeah. Yeah, so
are you a turkey or ham guy?
I'm a turkey guy.
See,
I'll do more turkey than we always do ham for Christmas. So
okay.
I get kind of the best of both worlds.
See, I like the we've always done turkey and ham, but now those honey baked hams you get at Lexington, and those things are incredible. There's actually a honey baked ham store now in Somerset as well. Those are always good. But yeah, I try to get my turkey fix in on Thanksgiving. That's about the one time a year where I'll just kind of indulge in the turkey and the gravy and all the fun stuff. But you just give me some mashed taters and some mac and cheese, man, I'm good to go.
And then lick your wounds after,
Yeah, I love some. The sides are always the best part of Thanksgiving. But a good day of football on Thursday.
Yeah.
And then went shopping on Black Friday. It's this time of year is so much fun because you got football coming to an end at the high school level. The championship games for the state championships are this Friday up at Kroger Field, and of course on Saturday, you've got college football, the championship games coming up this weekend for the conferences. And then basketball is, we've already had some really big college games. There's a big one tonight in Lexington, North Carolina, and Kentucky. You've been busy with EKU. Not going the way we'd like to see on the men's side, but the women are off to a great start.
Yeah, women are off to a 7-1 start. They just had their best win of the season, defeating Army West Point, a team that coming in was 5-1. Had their only loss was to Oregon, so it was a really big win there for the women. Greg Todd's got his team rolling.
He does, and Coach Todd, a little tie-in here with him. So Coach Todd came from Morehead State to Eastern. The new Morehead State coach just hired this year is Allie Feldhouse. Her dad, Alan Feldhouse, is the head coach here at Madison Central, and I know they played Kentucky a few weeks ago, and there was a big support system from here that went to go support her there at Memorial. They played Eastern, I think, one day, the day before Thanksgiving.
It was, yeah. We went up there for a little pre-Thanksgiving. It was a noon tip-off in Morehead. Ashton's going to do a tremendous job at Morehead State. She's just like her dad. She's got that high intense over there on the sideline. She demands a lot out of her players, and I think that makes her players want to play for her more. And I think she's going to do a tremendous job. They also had Alan was in attendance for that game too, along with Darren Feldhouse was in attendance earlier that day. He was at the UK game as well as part of the Unforgettables there with John Pelfrey coming back.
First time they were together.
Yeah, all together. Yeah, in one venue. They were the Y in Kentucky there for that game against Tennessee Tech, where John Pelfrey is the head coach, one of Darren's former teammates at UK. So it was a big night for the Feldhouse family, and the Morehead State, Ashton just picked up a big win over Marshall.
Oh yeah, I did see that. And she's, as you said, she's fiery. She's also came through. Like she's doing I like when people work hard, they go through the process. If maybe coaching at a smaller school and then getting that next step, whether it's as an assistant or a head coach or whatever the case might be. So I love to see the fact that she's taking those steps, and now she's off to a great start in her career and doing a great job early on at Morehead State. We got about 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in the JV game. Central on top, 40-36. We'll step aside for another commercial break. When we come back, we'll hopefully be able to start our pregame show coverage and get you ready for Madison Central and Pulaski County. The varsity game was supposed to start at 7:30. It's looking more like an 8 o'clock tip, but we'll see how much time they put on the clock following the JV game. We'll be right back on WBON TV.
Founded by Kentuckians for Kentuckians, Whitaker Bank is a uniquely Kentucky bank committed to the communities it serves. At Whitaker Bank, you'll find personalized service, a dedication to excellence, and a genuine desire to help you achieve your financial goals. Visit us at any of our conveniently located branches or go to whitakerbank.com to learn how Whitaker Bank can serve you. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
Buying this boat was a total no-brainer.
Okay, I get it. You say no-brainer and the guy with no brain shows up?
I'm sorry, we met our new boat.
For a new boat? You don't call me. You call State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is...
There?
I was gonna say that.
He's right. Your State Farm agent can help you choose the right coverage for your new boat and your RV. It's kind of a no-brainer. Easy decision.
All right.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Are you tired of living with the pain and discomfort that comes with getting older? If you're like me, then sometimes just getting up can be a challenge. At Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy in Richmond, their experts are here to help get you back in the game. Whether it's a sports injury, recovering from an accident, or just the aches and pains that come with age, they'll connect you with someone who can put together a personalized treatment plan and deliver long-lasting results. Visit osptky.com to get started, or go by and see former Madison Central graduate Heather Kleins.
At the Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, we have activities galore, including video games, bowling, pool, delicious food at Champions, plus karaoke and live entertainment 7 days a week. Enjoy the climate-controlled patio, watch NFL football, and your Kentucky Wildcats all season long. The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, just off exit 87 at 1025 Amberley Way in Richmond.
Honor, integrity, excellence. When it comes to protecting your home, rely on the experts who have served our country. At VC Veterans Contracting, our mission is to make your home feel safe. Our customers constantly rate us 5 stars for our expertise and professionalism. Trust your roof to the veterans who served. Call VC Veterans Contracting today or scan the code on screen for a free quote. VC Veterans Contracting, your roof, our mission.
The constant changing of the weather in Kentucky can hit hard. That's why having Madison HVAC on your side is so important. Don't waste time. Schedule a maintenance check on your HVAC system and make sure it's ready to handle the constant changing of the weather that comes with living in Kentucky. Your comfort is their promise. Like Madison HVACR Inc. on Facebook or schedule your maintenance checkup at 859-625-1471. Pruitt & Sons Auctioneers have over 24 years experience in the auction industry. Whether you're selling real estate, personal property, or liquidating your assets, Pruitt & Sons can help take your property to auction and walk you through the process. Serving all over Central Kentucky, visit PruittAuctioneers.com. And remember, Angela Pruitt for all your real estate needs as well.
When life gets complicated, you need someone who understands. Since 2003, Blevins Law has navigated real estate closings, wills, estates, car accidents, and personal injury cases with care and clarity. If your family has experienced death or injury, make Blevins your first call.
Blevins Law. Compassionate, reliable, real. Call 859-985-5410 to hire Blevins Law for the win. Office is located at 400 Richmond Road, North Berea, or search blevinslaw.net to contact them today. Gillum Sports Lounge isn't just a place for good food and hospitality. It's about gathering with family and friends, satisfying those taste buds, and cheering on your favorite team. You can't go wrong with one of their delicious burgers, salads, pizzas, or one of their many appetizers. Order online or stop in and see for yourself why Gillum Sports Lounge has been a staple in Richmond for almost 20 years. Located inside the Richmond Mall. Gillum Sports Lounge. Like them on Facebook to see more.
The holidays can stress even the best planners. Between travel, shopping, family, and everything else, you and your budget can get stretched thin fast. With CVMB checking powered by Bazing, you can make the most of the season. Score shopping discounts, save on travel, get roadside assistance, and even get paid up to 2 days early. All in one checking account that helps you make the most of the season. CVMB. Bank better.
Welcome back in here to Madison Central High School. The Indians trying to hold on here in the JV game. With 37.9 left to play. It's 44-39. And Jeff Hairston, it's a name that football fans might recognize, was just fouled. Hairston wears number 5 for the Indians. Still a long way to go to get them in the bonus, Wes.
How often do you see it? Final 2 minutes of a game, take like 15.
Yeah. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing games. You run into one of those pretty early in your career. You've been doing, how long you been with Eastern now? About 10 years?
This is my 13th year.
13th
year, yeah. Time flies.
Yeah, that's how long I've been with Wallingford. 2012, November of 2012, we just crossed over past our 13th year. Things have changed in 13 years.
Yeah.
Campus has changed. The way we do things have changed. It's a different world out there.
It has, and if we do it another 13, it'll change some more.
Yeah. Maybe by then we can get some NIL money ourselves.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a 5-point lead here in the JV game. You can see the varsity guys ready to come out here in just a few moments, and it'll be exciting to see the first game of the year. It's always, this time of year, you got the football guys trying to get in basketball shape. You can never really judge the first game of the season, maybe even the first week of the season. You about game 5 or 6 when you really start to see things kind of mesh. For Madison Central, they've got a absolutely brutal schedule. They start this one here at home. They go to GRC for the Mr. Basketball Classic. They'll take on Greene County coming up on Saturday. Back home next Tuesday to take on GRC, another really good team. Then they play Bryan Station, then Corbin, and then Trinity, who ended their season in football, and the King of the Bluegrass. And that thing is always filled with top-tier talent. In the KSR rankings that I saw come out today, the Indians were ranked in the top 5 there. So we'll see if that preseason ranking kind of comes to fruition But early on in the year, Wes, and you see it, I mean, you've been doing college games already. You're kind of knee deep in that. It takes a while, no matter how good your team is, to really see it all come together.
It does, and especially, too, for these guys out here from Madison Central, the deeper you go in a football season, unfortunately, it hurts the basketball team because you're not able to kind of get together on all the practices. You miss out on some of those activities. So you love to see guys play different sports, but unfortunately, like sometimes it does have its sacrifices for both of these teams.
Yeah, Pulaski County, too. I think they might even actually be in the state championship game over in football. I'll make sure I'm right on.
Yeah, they've had a really good season. I actually know their head coach, Travis Burns. He had a really good season. I haven't followed them last couple of weeks, but I know they had a really good season. They maybe got off to a little bit of a rough start by their standards, maybe losing one or two of their first games, which is not something they're used to doing. So I think they finished the year quite strong.
Yeah, they play against Owensboro Friday night in the state championship game. So this team may not even be at full strength right now. They could have a couple of guys that'll be coming from the football team once they get the season started.
And it's a very short roster that they have. They don't have a lot of quantity on their roster.
Yeah, we'll see how things unfold. The JV game has come to an end. Madison Central wins 46-39. So we can officially start our pregame coverage. We'll start our intro once again, and we'll come back here on WBON TV. Back at Madison Central High School, as always, our coverage presented by Bishop's Small Engine Repair. As we welcome you in now to the pregame show, which is brought to you by Chenault Vineyards. This weekend at Chenault Vineyards, be sure to check out the Christmas benefit concert from 8:30 p.m. to 11, plus trivia night at the Welcome Center beginning at 6:30. And then on Saturday, live music from Tina Taylor from 6 to 9 p.m. Like Chenault Vineyards on Facebook for more information. Wes Chandler and Michael Watkins here with you for tonight as the Madison Central Indians begin their quest to another trip to Rupp Arena. A lot stands between them between now and then, Wes. Some really good basketball teams, a really tough schedule, but a pretty good basketball team here with Madison Central.
It is, and it's always exciting when you get a chance to parlay that into another team. By this point, everybody is tired of playing players from their own team. They want to play somebody else, play somebody new, get together, put a scouting report together on an opponent, and you're going to see that come to fruition tonight.
For the Indians, look at the KSR top 25 plus 7 others that are receiving votes. Madison Central will play 9 of those 32 teams. There's a top 25 plus 7 others that are receiving votes in that top 25. Central will play 9 of those at the moment, and there's a couple of other ones that they could play in those tournaments that they're in. And they'll play 5 of the top 6 in the state as well. So this is a brutal schedule, but when you've got a player like Jake Feldhouse coming back and the guys he has around him, and Will Richardson, Pruitt as the point guard, you've got Steele as the point guard. You've got Luke Asher, who had a really good season last year, missed some time with an injury. He's back. And some of these other guys that are just coming along, Coach Feldhouse has a lot to be excited about, and the fans do as well.
And with that schedule that he has, too, those are the type of performances and teams that you will see in a state tournament.
Yeah.
So that's why a strong schedule for Madison Central. It's interesting to see coaches' philosophies nowadays. Some coaches just want to rack up as many wins as possible, and at the end of the year say, hey, look at my team, we won 20 games. Some would sacrifice a win here or there to better their team for a deeper run in March, and that's exactly what Alan Feldhouse is doing for Madison Central.
Well, even in years when they've been down, he has still put a loaded schedule out there, and that has always made them better and more prepared for when the postseason rolls around, because let's face it, when you're Alan Feldhouse, district titles, he's got a million of them. They really don't mean as much. You want region titles and state championships. He's got one of those with a couple of region titles to go along with it. We'll see if he can add another one of those to his resume this year. Again, live here on the Chenault Vineyards pregame show. A lot more to get to, including our Keenan Wiley real estate key to the game. And it's cold out there, folks. There was no school today in Madison County. We'll look at that game time temperature and so much more when we come back on WBON TV.
Looking for a fiesta on a Thursday night? Head over to El Mejor Mexican Restaurant in Richmond. Karaoke Thursdays at 6 p.m. Grab the mic, sing your heart out, and enjoy $2.99 margaritas all night long. And don't forget, El Mejor is the only Mexican restaurant in town with a delicious lunch buffet served fresh every weekday. El Mejor, where every meal feels like a celebration. Located at 830 Eastern Bypass in the Old Richmond Mall. Nos vemos pronto.
Precision Gas Plumbing is affordable, fast, and reliable. A local fireplace dealer that offers gas, wood, or electric fireplaces, grills, outdoor heating options, and propane tanks. They also offer existing fireplace services, gas line installs, repairs, and propane delivery. Serving Madison, Fayette, Laurel, Rockcastle, Pulaski, and other surrounding counties. Trust Precision Gas Plumbing and stay warm and save money on your electric bill. Like them on Facebook or call 859-228-0077.
It's that time of year when we are day and night driving with our kids all over. Your car never stops. At AMCO Transmissions, we make sure to keep you rolling. We have the latest technology, certified technicians, and longest warranty to keep your vehicles running strong. We specialize in all foreign and domestic transmissions, drivetrain, or just general maintenance. Did you know at AMCO the average customer saves $1,800 in comparison to the dealer? And AMCO has a longer warranty. Come see us at AMCO Transmission for the best service and the cheapest prices around. AA MCO.
When it comes to auto service, two things are important: experience and hometown service. Hall & Sons Auto Care is starting their 20th year in business in Richmond. That's 20 years locally owned and operated. Hall & Sons Auto Care can take care of you from preventative maintenance to major engine repair. Hall & Sons Auto Care is also carrying BW towing products as well as rough country suspension and lift kits. Give us a chance to be your auto repair shop. Visit us at 209 North Keeneland Drive in Richmond.
Cars of Kentucky is a proud sponsor of Eastern Kentucky University Athletics. In Richmond, we bleed maroon. Go Colonels. And when you're ready for your next pre-owned automobile, swing on over to Cars of Kentucky. Cars of Kentucky has vehicles starting at $3,000 and up, so we literally have something for every budget. 356 Big Hill Avenue in Richmond, or check them out, carsofkentucky.com. Let's go Colonels.
Cars break down. Tires go flat. Check engine lights show up at the worst possible time. Don't break the bank fixing your car when ABR Auto Recyclers has you covered. They have good used tires, a huge selection of parts, and they can get a large selection of aftermarket parts shipped overnight. They're just a quick drive down 4 Mile, and you can't miss them on Box Ankle Road. You can save 50 to 75% off retail prices. Go see Scott and the gang or check them out online at abrautorecyclers.net.
Welcome back into the Chenault Vineyards pregame show. Wes Chandler and Michael Watkins here with you in a fun night of high school basketball as the Madison Central Indians are set to take on the Pulaski County Maroons. We'll now look at our keys to the game. If you're looking for your new home in Richmond or in Central Kentucky, looking for those new keys, then Keenan Wiley Real Estate may have the answer. Right now, there's some beautiful listings at Crutcher Pike Estates just off Barnes Mill Road here in Richmond. Plus, they have some rental property available as well, like Keenan Wiley Realtor on Facebook. For more information, and West tonight. Madison Central, first game of the year. What are some keys for the Indians?
Well, it's all about how this team gels together, Michael, for the first game of the season. This is a Madison Central team that returns 80% of their scoring from last season. And then, oh, by the way, you add in Grayson Burton, who transferred in from Knox Central, who averaged 21 points per game in the 13th region last year as an underclassman. That's a great addition, kind of provides another spark for Madison Central. But it's interesting to see how they're going to gel together and form that tandem. And also one thing I'm looking at too, Michael, is the depth piece for Madison Central. A lot of times when high school level, you lose a lot when you go to the bench.
Yeah.
With the firepower that Madison Central is supposed to have this year, that depth shouldn't be taking such a big hit. So when you go to your depth off the bench, may not be able to lose as much as most teams, and that'll be a huge piece for Feldhouse.
We saw some interesting players out there on the JV and freshman team. We'll see if any of those young kids see some action here tonight. Those are your keys to the game, brought to you by Keenan Wiley Real Estate. Like Keenan Wiley Realtor on Facebook for more information. Now time to take a look at that game time temperature. Although we are inside, it was a cold one today outside. Snow and sleet and all the good things that came with it. Creeping into the area during the overnight hours, canceling school in Madison and a lot of the surrounding counties as well. But right now, 28 degrees outside. I tell you what, folks, you do not want to let yourself down by failing to have your HVAC system inspected before we get into these colder months that are ahead in December, January, February. Visit MadisonHVACR.com and let the experts at Madison HVAC keep your system heating and cooling all year long. That game time temperature brought to you by Madison HVAC. 28 degrees right now here in Richmond. Take another commercial break here. Listen to Vineyard's pregame show, and when we come back, we'll hear from Alan Feldhouse Jr., the head coach of the Indians, as his team gets ready for this matchup tonight. And we previewed the season with him in an interview yesterday. We'll hear from him. That interview served up by Gillum Sports Lounge and Gillum's Island. We'll hear from Alan Feldhouse Jr. when we come back on WBON TV.
You know what they say. Every great season starts with a strong lineup. Neat agility, the Trailblazer cuts through traffic like a wide receiver in the red zone. Power, the Silverado handles work and tailgates like a linebacker on a mission. And if you're ready to go electric, the Equinox EV has the range to go all the way. No matter your game plan, Jack Burford Chevrolet has the vehicle that suits your drive. Stop in, suit up, and let's kick off your next adventure.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
You've heard the name Chenault Vineyards, but what do you know about it? Chenault Vineyards is a place for the community to enjoy. Central Kentucky's premier event and wedding destination with 5 event venues, full-service catering, over 13 varieties of wine, live music entertainment, seasonal food options, weekly themed Wednesday night out and girls night out, trivia, murder mystery date nights, and free yoga on the point with beautiful views. Everyone can find something to do at Chenault Vineyards. Want to know more? Follow them on Facebook and Instagram or plan your night out at ChenaultVineyards.com.
We all have dreams. For some, it might be playing professional baseball like Keenan Wiley, former Madison Central baseball player, did. For others, maybe it's just dreaming of your forever home. Well, after a career of playing the game that he loved, now Keenan has another dream, helping you find that dream home. Check out the new development at Crutcher Pike Estates here in Richmond. Like Keenan Wiley Real Estate on Facebook, and let Keenan help guide you through the process of finding your dream home in Central Kentucky.
Hey,
Oh my gosh, your husband is so hot. I know. No, like really hot. I know.
We've got to call Joseph's Heating and Air.
Is your AC unit not cooling? Call Joseph's Heating and Air. Your experts in fast, reliable AC maintenance and repair. They'll keep you cool when it matters most. Proudly serving Richmond, Lexington, and surrounding areas. Don't sweat it. Call Joseph's Heating and Air.
Here with Alan Feldhouse of the Madison Central Indians. And, Coach, it's another season for you at the helm for this program, and obviously a lot of expectations for you guys this year, looking at a lot of the rankings, your top 5 and a lot of them, top 10, and every single one of them that I've seen at least. But when you talk about this team, obviously you lose Cody Morrison from last year's team, but you got everybody else coming back, plus a couple of new additions. So just talk about the roster and how excited you are to get this season going.
Yeah, when you return, especially when we return 6 seniors that have been with us for a long time, and they're quality seniors, all that are going to play and be in the rotation. It doesn't happen very much for us, but when it does, we're usually pretty good. And then, of course, the addition of our transfer, Grayson Burton, sophomore, who averaged 21 points a game as a freshman last year for Knox Central, and he was kind of exactly what we needed. Really on both ends of the floor. Grayson 6'4", 6'4.5", and long arms, can shoot it, takes up a lot of space defensively. So, yeah, we're excited. Preseason, preseason can be a grind as far as practicing for a long time without playing any games, but it's probably been one of the most enjoyable preseasons that I've had. It's because of the guys. I mean, their attitudes are great. They're excited. Practice has been very enthusiastic. So it's been fun, because sometimes preseason is not, honestly. I'll be very honest with you.
Well, one thing that, and obviously, what your resume kind of speaks for itself, but what I've really enjoyed in just, doing games with you at the helm of this team, and you have really been able to kind of adapt a lot of the times to what your players are. When you look at this team, is there anything different that you'll have to do that maybe you haven't done in recent years with the size and the length and the shooting and maybe the depth that you've got this year as opposed to maybe the last 3 or 4?
Well, I think it's the first time, maybe ever, but first time in a long time where I think I have guys that can score at every position. Our 2 scrimmages that we've had thus far, we've had 4 people in double figures, high double figures, to be honest with you. And that hadn't happened very long. The last one we had, and 2 others with 9 points. So that's the encouraging thing. Jake and Grayson both averaged over 20 last year. I don't think they'll need to average 20 this year, because we have other people that can score. Luke averaged 15 last year. Will Richardson he's really looked good. I think he scored 19 in both of our scrimmages thus far. But it helps. Of course, we run a lot of motion. When you have multiple people that can score, you don't have to run a lot of set plays. So we kind of turn loose on offense and do a lot of 4 out and even 5 out, because we just think we have a lot of guys that have the ability to score. So that part's unusual. And with this team, defensively, it's probably the longest team that I've had with length, at multiple positions. We've even been playing some zone, looking at a zone. I think it can help us against some of our regional opponents, and it's been good. I'm just very reluctant to play zone, because I don't think we can rebound as well out of it. But when you got the size that we have, 6'8", 6'5", 6'4.5", we should be a little bit better rebounding out of a zone this year. So you might see a little bit more zone from us than we've played in the past.
Okay. Well, when you look at the schedule, and obviously your schedule every year is maybe, if not one of, it is the most difficult across the state. And it's not, right out of the gate, you got a good Pulaski County team. You got GRC early on, Bryan Station. You'll play in the King of the Bluegrass. You got Trinity a couple of times on the schedule. Douglas, of course. The game, you can go on and on and on. But when you look at the schedule this year, talk about it and the King of the Bluegrass tournament, what that means to be able to compete in that.
Yeah, and I pretty much I have a good relationship with Lloyd Gardner, who runs the King of Bluegrass, and he pretty much just leaves it up to me. He said, Coach, because I don't want to go up there if we're not good enough to go. I'll just be quiet. You get embarrassed, you go up there. So he pretty much leaves it up to me. If I have teams that I think that compete, at a statewide level, we like to go. I think this is probably the fourth time that we've played in. Of course, we won it in '99 when we had Marquise Estel and Keneal, Brandon Fritz and Chucky Campbell. We played in it 3 other times. So, yeah, that's that tournament. It's great for you guys to get to go to Louisville and just see that type of atmosphere. But we've been invited to every other big classic there is. The Hall of Fame Classic, there where we play Bryan Station, and then Douglas plays Montgomery County. It's over at Montgomery County. That's a big one. This weekend, we play in the Mr. Basketball Classic over at GRC. We play Greene County, who they're ranked and very athletic team. Then you add in the King of the Bluegrass, and then all the other normal teams that we play. So, yeah, it's just another tip here. But this one's kind of exceptional because we have been invited to all the classics. We've got the Joe B. and Denny Hall Classic where we play Bowling Green over at Montgomery County. So, get to play I do like getting to play some teams that we don't normally play year in and year out. We always have the Cov Cavs and all the teams in our region, the GRCs, but we have a few others added in there this year.
Well, one thing I wanted to ask you about, too, before we let you go. Obviously, you've got your daughter now coaching over at Morehead State. As the grind for you officially starts with the game starting tomorrow night, talk about what it's been like being able to be around her and seeing her take over this program and kind of reach new heights in her career.
Yeah, the good thing about college, they start so early. They have a lot of games in November. So I got to go watch them yesterday, and they had a big upset win over Marshall. That was a big win for them. So I've got to see pretty much every game that they played thus far because we're not playing.
Yeah.
But really it works out. Once our season, of course, they play this Wednesday. They play Murray at home this Wednesday. I'll be able to make that. But once they start conference play, they're Thursday, Saturday. So most of the Thursday games, a lot of those, even some of the road games, I might be able to make. But yeah, it's been much easier making that a 50-minute drive to Morehead than it was 9 hours to Missouri Western. So we're glad to have her back closer to home, and we really enjoy watching her, being able to watch her coach in person. And she's doing an unbelievable job. So I don't know how long we'll be able to keep her there, but we're going to enjoy it while we can.
Well, Coach, it's always a pleasure talking to you. Good luck this season to you and the Indians, and we'll be excited to get out there and showcase this great team you've got once again. That's Alan Feldhouse, Jr., the head coach of the Indians. That interview is served up by Gillum Sports Lounge and Gillum's Island, now on South Porter Drive, Gillum's Island, giving you that Gilligan's Island feel with a great Gillum's food. And Gillum Sports Lounge is always located over there in the Richmond Mall. May be hitting that up after the game tonight with UK and North Carolina playing a big one there. But a big one here is Madison Central tipping off the 2025-26 season, taking on Pulaski County. As we close out the Chenault Vineyards pregame show, we will now look at our Star Watch tonight, courtesy of Jerry Goebel, State Farm Insurance. And you talked about him already once, Wes. Jake Feldhouse averaged 22 points per game and 11.3 rebounds per game last year as a junior. Now taking that next step as a senior, leading this team. He's kind of worked on his body. He's cut the hair a little bit, more professional look as he goes out there and handles his business on the floor. And he is the star to watch out for tonight.
Yeah, you know that he is definitely focus number 1, 2, and 3 for Pulaski County out here tonight. He can go inside, he can go outside, he can do a lot of different things for this Madison Central team. And you look at what he is probably anticipating one final ride. He wants everything to go out on his own terms. So it's a very determined Jake Feldhouse this season, and he's going to try to lead his Madison Central team to a deep run into March.
As you turn the page into a new year, it brings an opportunity to strengthen your safety net and prepare for the unexpected. The wide range of services at Jerry Goebel State Farm Insurance includes car insurance, homeowners insurance, renters, life, business insurance, and financial services. They have a special focus on assisting individuals who are relocating to Madison County. Visit JerryGoebelInsurance.com to learn more. And that's our Jerry Goebel State Farm Star Watch. Thanks for joining us here, folks, on the Chenault Vineyards pregame show. Be sure to check out the Christmas benefit concert coming up this Friday from 8:30 p.m. to 11 at Chenault Vineyards, plus trivia night at the Welcome Center beginning at 6:30. And then on Saturday, live music with Tina Taylor from 6 to 9 p.m. Be sure to like Chenault Vineyards on Facebook for more information or visit ChenaultVineyards.com. We'll have the starting lineups with Bart Nicholson. This is the 15th meeting since 1997 between Madison Central and Pulaski County. The Indians have won 10 of those. Pulaski County winning 5. But Pulaski County did win 4 in a row before the Indians went on the road last year in the first game of the year and won 65-57, ending that 4-game losing streak. And also, these two teams have played the first game of every year since 2019. So very familiar with each other. The head coaches are very familiar with each other. And you know when these two teams play, it's going to be a good brand of basketball.
It's rinse and repeat, right? Every time you get together to open up a season, everybody knows that the opponent for Madison Central is going to be Pulaski County, and vice versa for the Maroons over there on the Pulaski County side. They've got a nice little tandem working, nice little home and home. And as you mentioned, it was a fairly competitive game last year. Less than 10 points decided the victor.
Yeah, John Fraley again. He has had a lot of success there entering year 10. Already 3 championships, 3 region championships under his belt, and he's also been to that region championship game a 4th time. Of course, the 11th region, very, very difficult to navigate through, especially now that you have the addition of Frederick Douglass. It's honestly kind of like a miniature state tournament itself, with Lexington Catholic always being good. Plus, your Bryan Stations, your Frederick Douglasses. It seems like every now and then a Dunbar or a Lafayette has a loaded team. And they don't even mention the state champions from last year, Great Crossing.
Yeah. Well, especially for the 11th region, depending on the draw that you get in the state tournament could be easier.
Yeah, that's true.
As opposed to what happens in the 11th region, because you know you're going to get top to bottom firepower all the way throughout.
Yeah, all 8 teams that make that 11th region tournament, you have faith in them going on to the state tournament and at least making a game competitive no matter who they're playing. Here we go with the Indians, the starting lineup being announced. We'll have number 24, that is Grayson Burton, the transfer from Knox Central. Averaged over 20 a game last year as a freshman. You've got Cam Steele along with Will Richardson, the 2 guards for Allen Feldhouse Jr. And then you've also got Luke Asher and Jake Feldhouse, the 2 big guys inside. You know, when talking to Coach Feldhouse yesterday, he talked about Burton. He's really the missing piece. Last year, Cody Morrison didn't have the senior year, the numbers he probably would have wanted to have. Still was a really good player, but Burton kind of gives you an additional weapon to deploy if you're Allen Feldhouse. If Jake Feldhouse isn't having a great shooting night, he can still dominate on the glass, and Burton can carry the load offensively.
Yeah, it's going to be a good addition for this Madison Central team to be able to come in at a guy that has playing experience at a previous school before, to be able to just throw him right into the starting 5. That's kind of like making a trade in high school.
So Feldhouse will tip it off with Cam Measle, who averaged 3 points per game last year for Pulaski County. And again, the Maroons probably missing a couple of guys with their football team playing in the state championship game this Friday. So a little bit undermanned, but we'll see how things play here tonight in Richmond. Here's Burton inside to Feldhouse at the elbow. Kicked it into the corner, and the ball was stolen away. A turnover on the first possession of the season for the Indians.
Good design, but a backdoor cut gone awry.
Here's Feldhouse the other way. Has it stripped away. It'll go out of bounds off of Pulaski County. And the Indians will inbound with the white uniforms on. Like that pattern, the red and blue, kind of the checkered pattern going down the uniform and the shorts. Here's Luke Asher, another good weapon, averaged 15 a game last year. Deep 3, Burton. And that's a way to get your career started in the red, white, and the blue. But a deep 3 for the sophomore.
Some of these student section folks over across the ways from us maybe saying, who is this? That's a good way to make yourself accountable and make the fans getting ready to like you.
Ball off the knee of Cade Hargis. He averaged just over 5 a game last year for Coach Fraley, and a 3-0 lead for Central as Cam Steele will bring it up the floor. Good heady point guard. Won't make a ton of mistakes and leads the team the right way. As Burton on the backdoor cut assist. Feldhouse 5 points now for Burton.
Well, he tried that the first possession of the game on the right side. Didn't work out. Go to the other side, the left side. Much better executed.
Looking inside are the Maroons. They'll swing it over to Measle. He'll work on Feldhouse. Now kick it out to Blake Fraley, the son of head coach John Fraley, or John Fraley, excuse me. Ball tied up between Asher and Measle. It will be Pulaski County to throw it in.
What I've noticed so far from Pulaski County is they're a team that, so we have a little bit of a stoppage in play here for a
those jerseys in.
It's not college. You can't do that this year. That's a new rule in college, that you can have the uniforms untucked. But
Pulaski cool out there.
Yeah, exactly. Pulaski County is a team that they're going to show a lot of strength and determination.
Tough shot with Asher right in the face of Carson Fraley. Just averaged 10 points per game last year, 3.2 rebounds. He's kind of the most experienced player coming back for the Maroons. I tell you what, if Grayson Burton is going to do that, good luck stopping Madison Central. Feldhouse has not even attempted a shot, and the Indians lead 8-2, all on the back of the sophomore transfer.
Well, you can already tell he likes that wing spot.
Steele with the steal. Feldhouse says, I'll try one. Count it! A three for Jake and a 9-point lead for the Indians. It is raining deep long balls for the Indians. Check it out here on the replay, folks. Spot. It's Steele who gets the loose ball. With the steal. Hands it over to Jake Feldhouse, and he says, I'll end my scoring drought right now. As the Indians take an 11-2 lead and a great start for Allen Feldhouse Jr.'s team.
We got the ball right up the middle of the floor. Great spacing by Madison Central. Feldhouse was running wide right to his spot right there in the wing, and those wing spots have been big for Madison Central. Burton's knocked down a couple from the left side. This time Feldhouse gets it going from the right side.
Yeah, Burton's perfect from the field thus far. Feldhouse is on his lone shot, an 11-2 lead out of the gate for Madison Central. And they look like they're all business. What I like about it's, again, it's early on in the season, but you don't want to get too high. And I've seen, we saw that with the football team in their last game against Trinity. When you have a big play or a big start to the game, you can almost get too high. And I like what I've seen thus far from Madison Central. Despite the hot start, they're very cool, calm, and collected, and very businesslike out there on the hardwood.
Very even kill. That's a good point.
Blake Fraley, the son of the head coach, with it for the Maroons. He'll hand it off to his cousin Carson. A three on the way. It's good. As the Maroons cut the deficit to 6, 11-5, Madison Central.
That all started because Blake Fraley got 2 feet into the paint, draw and kick.
Dish it inside to Feldhouse. Has to fight to corral it. Draws the foul. Hits the deck. 3 defenders on him. And he's still able to finish with the contact and a free throw to come.
That basket was made over the summer. That's in the weight room.
Yeah.
That's a weight room basket right there.
And it looks like, last year he looked like he had a little bit more weight on him. He's kind of shed that, gotten stronger. He was already a hoss cat inside. And we're from the mountains. We can use that word. And a free throw to come for Jake Feldhouse. Try to make this a 14-5 lead. He will. He's got 6. 8 for Burton. And a 14-5 Indians advantage. Carson Fraley had 21 in the opening game last year against Madison Central. He'll lay it off to Hargis. Drive in, shot off. Feldhouse to rebound. Ball tipped away. Still quick outlet to Burton. Grayson crosses over in the lane. Hangs. Cannot finish with the contact, but he'll go to the free throw line. And you can see, Central's got a lot of these guys that can just take over. They can throw the ball to Burton. They can throw the ball to Luke Asher or Feldhouse. They can go get their own shot. When you've got 3 guys that can do that in high school basketball, it's very difficult to defend.
And how much pressure does that take off Feldhouse?
Yeah.
Knowing that he does not have to do it all every single game. There's going to be games where maybe he has it off. An off night for him. An off night for him may still be 12-14.
Yeah.
But it can be guys like Burton or Asher that comes in and picks up the slack.
So Burton's got a free throw. Try to give him 9 points in the game. Missed both at the line. Ball tipped around and controlled by Fraley, and a foul called against Luke Asher battling for the loose ball.
Plus, the Madison Central team, I think you're going to want to see their free throw percentage increase, just 70% last year from the free throw line. I think that will increase as the season goes along here in 2025 and into 26.
Ball comes in to Blake Fraley. He'll hand it off to Hargis. Hargis back to Fraley. Now they kick it over to Carson Fraley in the left corner. He'll pull a deep shot. Feldhouse got a piece of it. Back to Fraley. He'll pump fake this time. Drive on Feldhouse. Get into the lane and score the easy two.
A lot of credit for Carson Fraley. Never gave up.
Luke Asher trying to drive in. He'll draw a foul. And one thing that I think Central will see a lot with the size and the length that they have and the athleticism to go with it, they will see a lot of trips to the charity stripe.
Yeah, because of your just pure athleticism, like you said, Michael, to be able to go in and drive to the rim. The defense, especially for kids this age, is usually the last thing that comes along in your development. So I think you're seeing some guys from Madison Central that may be ahead of the curve. And you're going to see that this year.
Richardson, he'll dial one up from long distance and knock it down. 17-7. Indians have hit 4 long balls here in the first 4 minutes of the game.
We'll throw Richardson into that conversation, too. Averaged 8 per game last year.
Yeah, good shooter. Will's kind of a specialist there. One of those, nowadays they call him the 3-and-D type players. That's Will Richardson. His perfection is the 3-point shot. As that ball deflected out of bounds, Cam Steele with a tap on his chest as he looked back to his head coach. 17-9 Central lead.
It's going to be interesting to see how Pulaski County defends Jake Feldhouse as this game goes along. He's going to see a ton of defenses thrown at him this year. So excited to see what Pulaski County throws at him here in game 1.
Burton kicks it out. Corner 3 for Steele. He can't knock it down. Burton got his the rebound for Central. Lays it off for Asher. He'll cross over. Elbow jumper is good. 19-9. Another Indian working for his own shot. Luke Asher on the board now. And a 10-point Central advantage.
That was something you'd see in like a pickup ball. Just 1-2 dribble, step back, kind of fade away a little bit and nailed down the mid-range jumper.
You will not see that if I'm the one shooting it, but if Luke Asher is, you'll see it go in.
Different result.
Fraley, oh, nice look inside. Man, the size for Central gets there. We've got a 3 in the key.
I think it's goaltending. They're going to count the basket.
Okay, they're going to count the shot. Okay. Yeah, 19-11, count the basket. And the Indians go from Steele to the bench to Powers now checking in. And even more size now on the floor with Powers, Asher, Burton, and Feldhouse all 6'3" or bigger. So a lot more size now in there as Powers has it. Okay, get into the corner for Feldhouse. Swing around Richardson. Deep shot, didn't take it. Burton will, and he cannot knock this one down. 3-point shot comes out, 19-11 Central.
Kind of a 5-out offense that time. They flashed Powers into the high post. Everybody was away from the inside of the paint.
Argus wants to call for a screen, did not get it, and the ball's tipped away by Feldhouse. First dunk of the season, you bet it! Jake up high and down hard with the slam, and back to a 10-point Central lead.
Defense leading to offense, getting that hand in the passing lane. Madison Central's closing out hard on those hedges, on those pick and rolls.
Fraley missed the 3, and a push in the back from Patel. Nish Patel averaged 3.5 points per game. We check out the replay and the nice slam from Feldhouse.
Watch the left hand right there. Just get involved in it. And an easy dunk for Feldhouse.
Yeah, you could just tell he soars through the air. Such a tremendous athlete. Of course, his dad played at Kentucky as part of the Unforgettables. You talked about that. Yeah, this young man can do it all. 21-11 Central lead, looking for more as Burton finds Asher inside. Luke just powers his way inside the jump stop and the easy finish, 23-11.
That first step is what allowed him to be able to get that. It separated with that power dribble, one move, knew what he was going to do. That allowed him to get the layup.
Maroons looking for some offense. It's back in the hands of Carson Fraley. He'll drive in on Feldhouse, looking for a teammate. Able to get it to Abshir. And Abshir found the teammate that got fouled as the Maroons try to find some offense on this end, down 23-11.
Well, last year in the 8-point loss, Pulaski County did shoot 40% from the field. The only problem was Madison Central was 55%, so they did get some good looks from the field. Unfortunately, their defense was just not able to answer the bell on their end. So they're trying to get some offense to going and later on in this game try to compound that with some defensive stops.
First free throw is good as Asher will head to the bench, and Christian Lawson, who had a really good season as the tight end for the Madison Central football team, will check into the game. Second free throw is good. It's 23-13. Indians with the lead in the basketball, and Will Richardson will bring it up the floor as Lawson goes under the basket. That ball off the foot of Richardson and turned back over to the Maroons. 23-13, and the Maroons will try to cut into that 10-point deficit here with another possession before the end of the period. Fraley, good size for a point guard, Wes.
He does. He's got that football body.
Abshire over to Fraley. He'll work on the defense of Feldhouse again. Yeah, Feldhouse taking the matchup with the guy that led the Maroons in scoring in this meeting last year. Fraley now picked up by Lawson, another good athlete. Shot over top of him, couldn't get it to fall. And here comes Powers up the floor in a hurry. He'll find Lawson in the corner, swing it over to Feldhouse. Jake thought about a deep three. Instead, he'll swing it. Now it's Powers. He'll drive into a double team, and he's tied up as Abshire will tie up Joe Powers. Indians keep possession, 1:08 to play in the quarter.
It's all about defensive positioning, and Abshire was in the right place where Powers was going to try to split that double team. He read it perfectly and was in the right spot to create the tie ball.
Powers open in the corner. They get it to him. Three on the way, and it's good. Powers, one of the top bench players in the 11th region. The senior comes in and nails the long ball himself. Indians on fire from deep early on as they had got a 26-13 lead under a minute to play.
That's Madison Central taking advantage of the lack of communication for Pulaski County off the baseline out of bounds.
If the Maroons can answer as they inbound into their own basket, they've been doubled up to this point, 26-13. Vargas on the drive, kicks it out to Fraley. Now in the hands of Abshire. Swing it to the near side. Maroons looking for some offense. Back to Fraley. He'll work on Feldhouse. Swing it to Hargis on the right wing. Back up to Abshire. Got in the lane. Might have got away with a travel. Now kicks it back out to Fraley. The Maroons trying to hold for the final shot here. Not sure if that was their original plan, but it worked out that way.
A lot of off-ball screens. They're running guys off curls, too, so they may go back to that here to get this last shot of the quarter.
Vargas with Richardson defending. Under 15 seconds to play in the opening 8 minutes from Richmond. Fraley calls for the screen. He'll work against Feldhouse in the final possession of the quarter. Backing his way in, lays it off. Abshire gets the shot off, but it won't go. Maroons held the ball for the last minute 44, but they could not put any points on the board. Down 26-13 after one on WBON TV.
Merry Christmas from Gwen's Fine Jewelers in Richmond. Everything store-wide is on sale now, up to 50% off with doorbusters starting at $49. Receive a free pair of 1.5 carat total weight lab-grown diamond studs on purchases of $5,000 or more. Spend $10,000 and receive a pair of 2 carat total weight lab-grown diamond studs with purchase. Kendra Scott pieces are buy two get one at 50% off. Lab-grown diamond studs starting at just $2.99. Hurry to Gwen's Fine Jewelers, where gorgeous gifts shine brighter than ever.
To some, it's just a boat. But to Jim, it's his escape from meetings, traffic, and the grind of daily life. He may not catch any keepers, but he wouldn't trade his day on the lake for anything in the world. That's why his boat is insured by Kentucky Farm Bureau. But it's not just Kentucky's Farm Bureau. It's Jim's Recharge the Battery Farm Bureau. My Farm Bureau.
David Mayo, John Rader, and Chris Hornsby with Kentucky Farm Bureau.
In the first game of the season. It's the 16th all-time meeting between these two programs since 1997. That's as far back as the KHSAA website will go for us. Indians 10-5 in the previous 15 between these two teams.
39 points combined in the first quarter. A lot of offense.
Central supplying the majority of that with a A lot of 3 balls dropping. Maroons trying to get back in. Here's a long 2, make it a 3-pointer, up and in. 26-16.
Yeah, very close to the line. I actually think that left sneaker may have been on the line, but it got it just enough to be able to get it in. That's a good start for Pulaski County to start this second quarter.
Levi Stykes putting the 3 ball down for the Maroons. Powers gets the offensive rebound. In trouble. Looking around, he'll swing it out to Burton's 3 in the corner is good. He's hit 3 of them here in the first half already, and the lead right back to 13 as the Indians knock down another long ball.
Well, I know it's really early in this game, Michael, but Pulaski County's not in a situation with this firepower of Madison Central be trading threes.
No. Yeah, the Indians have hit a lot of them. Feldhouse has got 1, Richardson's got 1, Powers does as well to go along with the 3 from Grayson Burton. 29-16, a minute 10 into the second quarter. From here at Madison Central High School, thank you for joining us. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving holiday and have gotten ready to celebrate Christmas coming up here in a few weeks. There's a foul on the Maroons as a reach in on Fraley, I believe. 29-16, and Joe Powers will inbound with Steele, Feldhouse, Lawson, and Burton in the game for the Indians.
See Pulaski County picking up 3-quarter court pressure.
Steele to Powers. Swing it back to Steele, back to Joe on the left side. Now down to Lawson. Burton's got another clean look. Missed this one. Lawson the offensive rebound, and he's double teamed, but a whistle down low. We'll see. It's going to be a jump ball in the possession area this time. But it'll stay with Central.
Madison Central doing a nice job really rotating that ball around the radius to be able to try to wear out this Pulaski County defense. Ball going from the short corner, kicking it out to the top of the key. That's a lot of distance for that Pulaski County defense to try to overcome.
They lob it up to Feldhouse. Jake powering his way in, draws the foul, and 2 free throws coming up for the senior for Madison Central that has committed to Belmont. The former EKU rival right there.
Yeah, been to that arena several times. And Madison Central's got the size advantage to their team here tonight, and you're trying to see every time that Feldhouse gets the ball, there's 2 or 3 maroon jerseys there anytime to try to limit his breathing room.
You know, a lot of times as an announcer, you can kind of picture certain players playing other sports. Tell me this kid would not be an incredible tight end out there.
No, there's no doubt.
They had a good one. Lawson had 6 or 7 touchdowns this year, but, man, Feldhouse has got the body of just an absolute incredible tight end. Lawson, speaking of, gets fouled here underneath. I was looking up the free throw percentage last year for Feldhouse. He was 71%, got to the line 6 times per game. So plenty of trips there, and I'm sure he'll see plenty more this season. But the coverage that defenses will have to kind of give to him. He's so physical. Inside cuts here was the ball stolen away up top, and Abshir able to lay it in for the Maroons. Got to take care of the basketball. Still a 12-point lead for Madison Central.
Yeah, it was a really nice play by Abshir right at the top of the key. Had that offhand in good defensive position.
Driving in is Steele. Got in trouble. Picked up his dribble, now kicks it out to Feldhouse. Jake lays it off for Burton. He'll go over to the left side. Powers dribbling now inside to Lawson. Christian spins in the lane. Oh, man, nice move, but couldn't finish. They called that the $1 million move with a 10-cent finish, and no points for Christian Lawson as the Indians work defensively here. Ball swung over to now Fraley, the son of the head coach, Blake. Averages 3.5 points per game last year. Hargis will dial one up from distance. He can't finish. Feldhouse a big rebound as the Indians attack the other way with Cam Steele. Still slowed down by Abshir. Now drives behind the back. Feldhouse, deep 3. It will rattle around, hit every part of the rim, and comes out. Abshir grabbing the loose ball. Pulaski County back the other way. Fraley will work his way to the free throw line. A little hesitation dribble. Trying to just be physical. You cannot out-physical Jake Feldhouse.
Well, Pulaski County is making an effort to be able to go into Feldhouse. I think they're trying to get him into foul trouble, get him a couple of quick personal fouls here in this quarter. But Jake is so skilled defensively. He has great timing to be able to know when to go for blocks. It's not working out well for Pulaski County right now.
Oh, good move inside. They're going to count the basket there. As getting in is Blake Fraley for his first points of the game. Indians shot 41%, or make that 83% in the first half, or first quarter there, Wes. 10 of 12 from the field. They were 5 of 7 from the three-point line in that first quarter. As for the Maroons, they shot 41.7%, just 33% from the three-point line. Feldhouse and Fraley, very physical there. Coach Fraley wanted a call, didn't get it. He is livid at the officials as Burton drives in, hangs, he can't finish. Got his own rebound, and there's the over-the-back call. Yeah, Coach Fraley very upset. There was not a foul call with Feldhouse and his son Blake battling for a loose ball. The official tells him to calm down as they kind of have a little shouting match across the way. But some fireworks here early on. 4:39 to play in the second quarter. The Maroons hanging tough, Wes.
And I think Pulaski County and Coach Fraley is upset because of the lack of size. Madison Central's size just so much better than Pulaski County that anything slightly over the back or anything like that is going Madison Central's way just because of the size that they have.
Well, and I mean, let's face it. Mountain officiating up there in the 12th, 3rd, 14th region. It's a lot different than how they play here in the 11th region. It's a lot more ticky-tack fouls, I feel like, called up there than there is compared to what we see here in the 11th. Here's Fraley kicking it out to Hargis. I mean, you and I both played up there. We know what it's like.
Yeah.
And over the back. Oh, they're going to call a foul on Feldhouse. So maybe a makeup call there. You get those every now and then. You know, officials will never admit to that, but we do see it from time to time.
Just a slight push in the back there.
Yeah, not saying that he wasn't fouled, but they let that one. It was a lot worse on the first one that didn't get called.
And here's a golden opportunity for Pulaski County to cut this into single digits.
Unable to do so in the last time, but they got the ball back here, down 10. Fraley, oh, what a pass. Beautifully done, but a missed layup inside. Indians trying to take advantage of it. Here's Powers. They'll kick it out to Richardson. Swing it around, now over to Burton. Oh, nice move. Pump fake. Tried to lay it off for Feldhouse. It was turned over. And here come the Maroons back the other way. Fraley still trying. Oh, that's an easy call. Oh, they call a blocking foul. Feldhouse looked like he was in position, but they called a foul against Jake. And Pulaski County will have a pair of free throws because of it. That's the second foul on Feldhouse. It was turned over.
Well, if that is what Pulaski County was trying to do, we're going to take a look at this here. Very close call. That's the toughest call in basketball. Feldhouse's feet looked like they were moving a little bit, so they get whistled for the blocking foul. But now Feldhouse picking up his second foul. We'll see what Allen does here with 3:48 left in the first half.
Yeah, Jake picking up that second foul. He's a very physical player, so it really depends on how he is officiated. You know, Allen Feldhouse Jr. in the ear of the official. He is by far the greatest I have ever seen at knowing when to finally zip it up when it comes to the officials.
Well, it's all about planting those seeds.
Yeah. You know, whenever you've been around the game for as long as Allen Feldhouse is, you do get a little bit of leeway with some of these guys, but anyway, I would not want to be on the receiving end of an Allen Feldhouse lashing.
2-3 zone for Pulaski County.
They're trying to stop the inside presence of the Indians. They took up that 5-out set offensively. Here's Steele. They'll swing it over to Richardson. Now it's Burton. You got to get out on him. They'll feed Feldhouse inside. He was held, and there's the whistle.
Pulaski County just trying to mix up their defenses, throw different variations of everything that they have at their disposal to try to create Madison Central off guard.
Yeah, undersized. I mean, you bring Stykes back into the game. He's probably the biggest kid out there for Pulaski County. He's given up, 4 inches, if not more, to Feldhouse. Who's got it inside, and again, Stykes will pick up the personal foul.
And I think because of the physical nature of this first half, it's going to be a long 3-14 partner, just because all three of these officials want to get this game under wrap before anything bad happens, just because of the physical nature of it.
Yeah, we haven't really seen anything malicious or dirty or anything going, but very physical play, and you don't want that to lead to something malicious or dirty that could easily happen. When you got competitive kids out there playing in Pulaski County, I mean, they're a very, very good basketball program, even though right now a little bit down again. They're missing some players that'll probably be coming back from football. But once they get going, I mean, Coach Fraley has already showed you what he can do over there in the 12th region in his 10th year at the helm. His dad won a state title with this program back in 1986. So Pulaski County very proud as they bring their team into Richmond. Here's Hargis. He'll lay it off for Blake Fraley. The three comes off. Feldhouse the rebound. Jake already on his way to a double-double. Burton able to save it, but he saved it out of bounds. And a turnover again by Madison Central.
Oh, and like you were saying earlier, Michael, these two teams have met for each last 6 seasons. So you can't tell me that guys from Pulaski County don't remember what it was like last year when they hosted, getting that sour taste out of their mouth from a year ago.
Yeah, they had
years past.
They won 4 straight before that loss last year to Madison Central. They had a lot of success against a pretty good Indians program as well. So here's Hargis. Indians playing that 2-3 zone again. The length, they've got so much size out there, even with Asher on the bench at the moment. Double teamed. Oh, nice kick. Hargis open for 3. In and out. Rebound tipped around. Feldhouse able to grab it. He'll outlet to Powers. Now Richardson, corner 3. In and out. Ball tipped around. Out of bounds off of Pulaski County. Indians will keep possession. Central had 26 points in the first quarter, just 6 here in the second.
Night and day difference between the first and second, and I think that's because the defenses on both sides have kind of strengthened themselves a little bit.
Yeah, like for Samantha, when she talks to Coach at the half, to ask him about the physicality and if he thinks that'll be something that he'll see teams try to do this year, be physical with his team. Feldhouse in the corner for a 3, missed it. Rebound to Powers, offensive rebound, and there's a whistle and a foul underneath. This one called on Measle. And we'll have free throws for Joe Powers.
And what you're seeing from Madison Central is it's players other than Feldhouse going to the glass.
Yeah.
It's the guards, it's Powers, it's Richardson. It's the guards that are going out and getting the rebounds for Madison Central, and that's got to make Alan Feldhouse happy.
Powers hits the first free throw. Well, and the thing about when you've got guys with the size of Burton, Powers, Feldhouse, Lawson, and all 3 are so skilled, all 4 or 5 are so skilled, they could play inside or outside. Right. And that's really hard for teams to match up with because, a lot of teams are not able to put, 4 or 5, 6'3", 6'4" guys out there. 33-21, Indians on top by 12 with right around 2 minutes to play. We will be dipping under it on this possession for the Maroons. Measle inside to Fraley. Kick it over. Blake Fraley for 3. Missed one a moment ago. Misses here and Feldhouse another rebound. Jake kicks it to Powers. Powers comes around the corner, lays it off for Burton. He'll cross over. Lost a handle. Able to save it to steal. We got an over the back and another turnover against Madison Central. A lot of things Coach Feldhouse can talk about when he gets into the locker room with his guys at the half.
Yeah, a lot of dribbling on that possession. A lot of ball not being reversed. Kind of stayed on that right-hand side. Not the possession that Alan Feldhouse is going to highlight in a positive way. It'll be a teaching moment.
Yeah. That one almost stolen away by Burton. Got a hand on it. Back into the hands of Hargis. Swing it over. Now it's Carson Fraley. 2-3 zone again by Central. Even, Coach Feldhouse talked about it in that interview we did with him yesterday. We'll probably play some zone this year. They have already deployed it in game 1. Still a minute 20 to play. Pulaski County settled for a long 3. Not sure that's the shot they wanted, but Hargis got his own rebound, then lost it out of bounds to Madison Central.
Yeah, Pulaski County, it looked like they kind of rushed that shot like you called it, and one that you can get probably any possession you go down the floor. That's probably not one that they want to throw up there.
Steal to Powers. Richardson takes it back to Steele. They'll work it inside to Feldhouse on the block. Oh, nice cross-court look to Richardson. 3, count it, and a foul. Will Richardson, they call him Will the Thrill, and he thrills the crowd there with a nice three and a nice pass from Feldhouse. Check this one out on the replay.
Cross-court look to
Richardson wide open as Fraley came barreling at him to pick up the foul. And I like what Coach Feldhouse doing here, getting Jake out of the game to not pick up a cheap third foul.
The court vision. He saw those guys sucking into him, kind of out of his side vision, wrap around to the opposite side. That's going to be open, and a hard closeout by Fraley. 4-point play.
37-21. Richardson having a great first half. He, Burton, Feldhouse, Asher, everybody's getting involved. Now the Indians now work back defensively. Argus and this 2-3 zone. I mean, there's nowhere to go for Pulaski County. The size and the length, a real problem for this Indians defense. At time winding down, 30 seconds to play. Kicked it into the corner, now swung up top. Another kick to the corner. Stykes will try a three. Oh, way off. Burton clears the rebound. Still plenty of time. How fast do the Indians want to work? Real fast, apparently, as Richardson knocks down the three. 40-21, Madison Central. Got back to work with that 2-3 zone. 2 seconds. Can the Maroons get a shot off? They will not, and the first half comes to an end. That shot will not count. 40-21, big lead for the Indians as we go down to Samantha Burford for the halftime interview.
Been a very physical game tonight. Their coach got a little antsy a little bit, but let's talk about they're double teaming Jake Feldhouse out here. Talk about what we should be expecting in this second half.
Yeah, we want them to do that because we think we have some pretty good shooters out there on the like that last one. He kicked it out there to Will. He gets fouled on a three-point shot and makes it. So, I mean, Jake's going to pass. I think he understands if he gets 2 or 3, somebody is open. They went to the zone, kind of slowed us down a little bit, but the last couple of minutes we kind of figured out what we need to do. The key against that zone, we got to have somebody in the middle. When Luke is usually who we put in the middle, he was in a little bit of foul trouble. So we finally got Grayson in there. I think he can make it work there in the middle.
It's nice you've got a very tall team this year. Little undersized for Pulaski County. It's bothering them a bit.
Yeah, and that allows us to play a little bit of zone. Of course, I'm not known for playing much 2-3 zone, but when you got some length and size, and I usually worry about rebounding, but we got 3 guys back there on the back line, got some pretty good size. I think we can hold our own on the boards, too.
All right, Coach, good luck.
All right, thank you.
It's great to be back right here at the Madison Central Indians high school basketball game. We're going to take a 3-minute commercial break. When we come back, you're going to hear all the halftime stats right after this quick message. Don't go anywhere.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Wings or strips?
Wings.
No, strips. Guess I gotta flip a coin.
Famous last words.
Wings and strips.
You just can't lose with the split decision meal. Only at Lee's. Famous for a reason.
Your Lee's Famous Recipe locations are proud supporters of our local Madison County High School sports teams. Have dinner tonight before the game at Lee's Berea, just off I-75 at exit 76, or swing by Lee's Richmond, 1000 Center Drive. Since 1974, Linville Insurance has proudly served our community with values that stand the test of time: family, integrity, and service. We lead with kindness, do what's right, help others, and stay informed so you can trust us with what matters most. As a proud Shepherd Insurance partner, we offer the strength of a large agency with the heart of a local one. From business to home, auto, farm, life, and employee benefits, we are your one-stop insurance advisor. Join the Linville Insurance family and experience the difference.
At Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, we make it our priority to deliver the gentle, compassionate care that you deserve from a dentist. Offering single-visit restoration on crowns, bridges, inlays, onlays, and veneers with CERAC. Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry is equipped to handle all your dental needs, from surgical implant placement and restoration, teeth whitening, root canal therapy, and more. And we now have the Cone Beam 3D technology for taking scans of the jaw. For your next dental appointment, call Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry at 859-985-0201.
Founded by Kentuckians for Kentuckians.
Whitaker Bank is a uniquely Kentucky bank, committed to the communities it serves. At Whitaker Bank, you'll find personalized service, a dedication to excellence, and a genuine desire to help you achieve your financial goals. Visit us at any of our conveniently located branches or go to whitakerbank.com to learn how Whitaker Bank can serve you. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
Buying this boat was a total no-brainer.
Okay, I get it. You say no-brainer and the guy with no brain shows up.
I'm sorry, we met our new boat.
For a new boat? You don't call me. You call State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is...
There?
I was gonna say that.
He's right. Your State Farm agent can help you choose the right coverage for your new boat and your RV. It's kind of a no-brainer. Easy decision.
All right.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back into the Madison County Health Department halftime show. If you live, work, or study in Madison County and are at least 18 years of age, the Madison County Health Department is asking you to take a 5-minute survey to share your thoughts on health needs in Madison County to identify issues for community action. There is a post pinned up now on the WBON TV Facebook page with the link for the survey, and you can enter to win one of 30 gift cards for random people who take the survey with the Madison County Health Department. This anonymous survey is voluntary and part of the Madison County Community Health Assessment Research Study.
It's easy to take your health for granted, so you may not think much about your community's health either. But let's just take just a few moments to do so.
Every 5 years, a survey called the Community Health Assessment is offered for residents to share their perspective on the overall health of Madison County and its 2 cities.
Information from the anonymous survey will be used to set goals for our community's health and well-being for years to come. Visit this link to participate in the Community Health Assessment. Thank you for your time and for your perspective.
Thank you for your time and for your perspective.
Thank you for your time and for your perspective.
So you hear from some of the community leaders there, Gage Hill, our producer, Michael Watkins, along with Wes Chandler tonight. At the half, Madison Central a 40-21 lead. Defense and three-point shooting the main reason for it.
Yeah, especially that three-point shooting. It was sensational for the first half for Madison Central to be able to come out with an early start. It started with Burton knocking down those 2 early threes, and then it became contagious for everybody else. They wanted to get involved in it, and it ended with Richardson being able to knock down a couple from the right wing. I think the wing is the spot of go-to for Madison Central when it talks about that outside shooting.
Wing Central, 3 guys in double figures. Look back at some of the highlights of the first half.
15 a game
10
last
points
year.
for Will Richardson, had 7 of those in the second quarter. 8 points in the first quarter for both Jake Feldhouse and Grayson Burton. They finished the first half with 11 apiece, and the Indians hit 3 of 10 field goals there in the second quarter. All 3 makes were from beyond the arc. Wes says that three-point shot, it is deadly, and a lot of them, as you saw right there from Grayson, they were 3 or 4 feet behind the three-point line.
Yeah, and in transition, too. You're going to see this one from Feldhouse to be able to measure that one up. They were in transition. Those are the shots that probably 10, 12 years ago you're thinking, no, let's back it away and run our half-court set. But it was all started because of those transition threes. Pulaski County is trying to do the same thing to stay in this game, but the defense and the length causing the Maroons a little bit of trouble here.
Some more first half numbers. 33% field goal percentage for the Maroons, just 8 of 24. They were just 2 of 10 from the three-point line. They're led in scoring with 7 points. Carson Fraley, 5 points for Stykes off the bench for the Maroons, who trail 40-21. Those halftime stats are provided by Pruitt & Sons Auctioneers. Pruitt Auctioneers is the name that sells with over 25 years of experience in the auction industry. Pruitt & Sons Auctioneers are investing their time and resources into generating buyers to bid on your auction. Learn more at PruittAuctioneers.com. Thanks for joining us here on the Madison County Health Department halftime show. The second half on the other side. We'll be right back here on WBON TV. Are you tired of living with the pain and discomfort that comes with getting older? If you're like me, then sometimes just getting up can be a challenge. At Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy in Richmond, their experts are here to help get you back in the game. Whether it's a sports injury, recovering from an accident, or just the aches and pains that come with age, they'll connect you with someone who can put together a personalized treatment plan and deliver long-lasting results. Visit osptky.com to get started, or go by and see former Madison Central graduate Heather Kleins.
At the Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, we have activities galore, including video games, bowling, pool, delicious food at Champions, plus karaoke and live entertainment 7 days a week. Enjoy the climate-controlled patio, watch NFL football, and your Kentucky Wildcats all season long. The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, just off exit 87 at 1025 Amberley Way in Richmond.
Back on the Madison County Health Department halftime show. If you live, work, or study in Madison County and are at least 18 years of age, the Madison County Health Department is asking you to take a 5-minute survey to share your thoughts on health needs in Madison County to identify issues for a community action. There is a post pinned up now on the WBON TV Facebook page with a link for the survey, and you can enter to win one of 30 gift cards for random people who take it. This anonymous survey is voluntary and part of the Madison County Community Health Assessment Research Study.
It's easy to take your health for granted, so you may not think much about your community's health either. But let's just take just a few moments to do so.
Every 5 years, a survey called the Community Health Assessment is offered for residents to share their perspective on the overall health of Madison County and its 2 cities.
Information from the anonymous survey will be used to set goals for our community's health and well-being for years to come. Visit this link to participate in the Community Health Assessment. Thank you for your time and for your perspective.
Thank you for your time and for your perspective.
Thank you for your time and for your perspective.
All right, third quarter about to begin. Thanks for joining us on the Madison County Health Department halftime show. And Wes, you know, for the Maroons, they've got to find a way to chip into this lead. For Central, I think just keep doing what you did there in that first quarter.
Yeah, and eventually over the course of a game, that tends to wear people out. And especially in game one, you don't have that game stamina built up truly yet. So I think if Madison Central keep doing what they're doing, they're obviously going to clean up a few things. There have been some mental mistakes here and there, but just keep doing that, and you're going to be off to a season-opening victory.
Fraley on the drive, lost the handle. It'll go out of bounds. It'll stay with the Maroons. Carson Fraley will inbound it for Pulaski County, the nephew of the head coach. Ball swung over to Hargis. He'll look into Fraley at the elbow. Asher taking that matchup now. The nice backdoor cut and a nice basket by Cam Measle. The junior averaged just 3 points per game last year, already more than that in this game. He's got the ball here. A nice feed up to Abshir. He's able to hang, but can't finish. Ball tipped around, controlled by the Maroons, but Abshir was standing out of bounds. Was looking at the roster last year for Pulaski County, and Zach Anderson, we're talking about some of these basketball players that will be coming from the football team. Anderson, one of their key guys returning from last year, averaged 8 points per game and 6 rebounds, so a pretty good piece from last year's rotation. He is the starting quarterback for the football team. So
a little busy this week.
Exactly. He will be joining the team eventually as well. So talking about some of the, the depth, taking a hit for Pulaski County as their football team still alive in the postseason, playing for a state championship this Friday versus Owensboro.
Great start here for Pulaski County here in the third quarter. A couple of layups, and they had another opportunity that they missed right at the cup. So great job by Pulaski County coming out of the third quarter strong.
Feldhouse missed an easy one on the other end, and the Maroons on the attack. Abshir hanging and again unable to finish it, and they're going to have a foul as Feldhouse picks up his third. He was right there in the area. I believe this will be on him, and it is.
It's a rebounding foul there, trying to get it, and just coming in with a weak side. They were able to knock him down a little bit and correctly called.
Yeah, again, Feldhouse, I don't know if he even felt the guy hit him, but the player went selling, and Feldhouse called for the personal. Here's Jake here. Got to be careful. They got him up in the air. Tough shot and a really good finish from Cade Hargis.
Well, they're still relentless. They're going right after Feldhouse, trying to pick up number 4 on him.
Asher, tough drive. Count it, and a foul. As Luke Asher will have the old-fashioned three-point play opportunity for Madison Central. 6 points now for Luke.
It all becomes out of that first step for Asher. It's so fast.
Yeah, just a crossover, a lefty finish. You know, Asher kind of forgotten about, missed some time last year with that injury, still averaged 15 points per game, but never really seemed right, as Jake will take a deep one. It's short, and the rebound controlled by Blake Fraley of Pulaski County. They've got numbers. Hargis settles for a tough little 15-footer and knocks it down.
They've been able to hit that mid-range jump shot here tonight.
Richardson, and nobody picked him up, and a quick answer for Will as he makes it 47-29 Indians.
That's one guy you can't leave open in transition.
He's got 4 3-pointers in the game thus far. And Richardson, who had 19 points in each of the 2 scrimmages for Madison Central, picking right up where he left off. Oh, Feldhouse doing his best Isaiah Cozart impression, who broke the record for blocks in a high school career during his time with the Indians. Maroons can't get it in bounds. Hargis has got to. Finally finds Fraley here in the near side corner. Back to him on the wing. Looking inside to his cousin Carson. Couldn't get it to him. Ball swung around. Now in the hands of Hargis. Carson, Fraley.
They want an ISO.
Going to work on. Oh, nice move, but Asher able to get a piece of it on the shot attempt. Indians have numbers. Richardson again. Quick trigger. And knocks it down. 5th trifecta of the night for Will Richardson. Check it out here on the replay, Wes. And just again, you have got to get a hand up if you are in the vicinity of Richardson. Too late on the closeout, and he makes them pay.
Well, he's running out in space wide, and I don't think Pulaski County is picking him up. So he just kind of goes over into that corner where he's knocked down his second 3 of the 3rd quarter.
Did you all run the free throw line fast break in high school when you all were playing?
That was so long ago, I don't even remember.
Well, it's essentially, I mean, it's an old school basketball play, but it looks like that's what Central's doing on the fast break. It's like every time that there's a missed shot for Pulaski County, or even on a make, they're getting it out quickly, and they're just filling the lanes and filling those 3-point lines. And they have got shooters all over the place to choose from.
And that's the key. Basketball is a game of spacing. If you're overcrowded, it's not going to work 9 times out of 10. It's all about getting that spacing, making the defense guard you all the full length, full width of the floor too.
Yes, and we talked about it there at the halftime. They shoot a lot of them from deep too. It's not just right at the line. They're 3 or 4 feet behind that 3-point line each time they let one fly. Here's Burton on the attack, following the basket by the Maroons. He'll lay it off for Asher, who came running in from behind. Asher sees a defender hit the floor, no call, and 2 more points for Luke Asher. Coach Fraley's just waiting for somebody to run by so he can yell at him.
Well, Pulaski County got caught trying to reach. There were a couple guys there for the Maroons that were trying to reach in on the ball, and I think the referees noticed that and decided for it to be a no call.
Measle lost the handle, but it's out of bounds off of the Indians. Patel looks like he'll inbound it for the Maroons.
Already a couple of blocks here in this 3rd frame for Feldhouse.
Patel kicks it back to Hargis. Now it's in the hands of Fraley. He'll work on Asher. Calls for someone to come get it. Back in the hands of Hargis. Richardson defends. Halfway through the 3rd quarter in Richmond, Indians led by 19 at the half. Maroons got it down to 15. Now it's back to 21 as a missed 3 comes off. Battle for it, still loose. Feldhouse has got it. Still on the floor. We've got a foul called against the Maroons. Called against Abshir, and Coach Fraley does not like that call.
Bodies on the line all throughout that possession. When your star player, Jake Feldhouse, is diving on the ball at midcourt and your team is up 21, that shows you the strength and kind of the mindset of where this Madison Central team is already early on in the season.
Coach Fraley yelling at the officials saying his guy was not even there when they blew the whistle on him. There was a lot of contact there, but Abshire was the one that was called for the foul. I say contact, everybody was contacting somebody. I mean, it was not just one way or the other. Everybody that was near that play was bumping bodies with somebody. Here's Feldhouse guarded by Fraley. He'll lay it off for Richardson. Will pump fakes. They'll feed it inside to Jake. Got to bring a double team. Maroons don't. As Jake lays it off for Richardson. He's in trouble now. Finds Luke Asher. He'll drive it in. Hang. Oh, nice move. And they're going to call a goaltend on Feldhouse. And not sure that one was going to stay in, but we'll never know.
Yeah, I think it was on its way out. And then a slight touch by Feldhouse over the cylinder.
Carson Fraley with it for the Maroons. Slowly bringing it up the floor. Pulaski County down 52-31 here on WBON TV. Night one of our coverage. Night one of the season was last night. Madison Central's girls very young this year. They lost game one. Madison Southern's girls, they got a victory in their first game last night at home. Model girls were looking good early on against Trinity Christian as Burton that time just lobbed it up. Nobody home on the oop from the alley from Grayson Burton.
And immediately he tapped his chest.
Yeah. My bad. Been there plenty of times. Told Gage my bad twice at the office today. Here's Hargis with it for Pulaski County. 2:45 to play in the third quarter. They'll bounce it down to Fraley. Oh, nice look inside. Nobody there, though. Just a little bit too far out in front of Cam Measle. And another Maroons turnover back to the Indians, who bring in a couple of subs. Oh, just one sub. It'll be Joe Powers coming in for Steele.
Pulaski County on their half-court sets here the last couple of minutes. They're using that horn set to try to get two guys up just past the high post area. They're trying to bring Feldhouse out away from the rim.
Yeah, it's not worked, but they do get a turnover defensively. See if they can turn it into points on the other end. Indians have added 2 points to their halftime lead. 52-31 here, 2:20 to play as Fraley takes a deep three. Again, just kind of settling there for that long ball. Asher on the other end. Oh, draws the contact. Worked his way in, very patient, and a nice strong finish for Luke Asher.
Nice heads-up play by Asher. You're going to take a look at it here on this replay to be able to run the ball. Again, Madison Central getting wide in space, going against the grain. Nice, powerful, strong move, and I think you're starting to see Pulaski County get a little bit tired in those legs.
Yeah, Fraley that time, you could tell he was just kind of slowly walking around trying to find a shot and then just settled for that long three-pointer. Not really in any type of rhythm offensively on that last possession for the Maroons. Asher makes them pay. Caps off the three-point play, 55-31. We're near the 2-minute mark to play in the third quarter. Fraley picked up by Powers. Finds his cousin Carson on the right wing. Kick it over now in the corner on the near side for the Maroons. And Blake will slow it down as Powers defends. Oh, good drive. Oh, what a nice move. Finger rolled it underneath the arm of Powers. Good defense, but better offense there. Nice feed inside. Feldhouse slams it down. And the lead right back to 24.
No help side defense at all for Pulaski County.
Fraley got his defender up in the air, leans in, draws the foul, and Asher picks up the personal. And you can tell Coach Fraley, he is giving it his all out there. Some young guys on the floor just trying to bring them along. And with a minute 27 left to play, it's a 24-point lead. Fraley grabbing that right wrist.
Yeah, he hit the floor pretty hard after that contact. His non-shooting hand, but you know that he's still holding it a little bit. He's going to have to sub.
Yeah. They're going to bring in Measle for him following the free throw. Yeah, and that's your leading scorer from last year returning. Again, without Zach Anderson tonight, who's the quarterback of the football team. They're playing in the state championship game. So eventually, here in a couple of weeks, you'll see him back out there for the Maroons. How about that for a kid to be able to go play in the state championship game for your team? Win or loss, it's still a big deal. And then immediately turn around and start playing some basketball a couple of days later.
That's a big week.
Oh, Feldhouse wide open. Oh, tried to put someone on a poster, missed the dunk, no foul call. And the Maroons come back the other way with it, trailing by 24. Blake Fraley will slow it down, and he'll work against Asher. Crosses over, lays it off for Measle, and he traveled with it. Yeah, Feldhouse missed the dunk. But man, that one was an inch away from being a highlight reel type play. We've seen plenty of those throughout the last year or so for Jake Feldhouse.
And a guy that can play above the rim, but also play at the three-point arc, too.
Asher, step back three. Oh, pretty shot from Luke Asher. 4 players now in double digits for the Indians as Christian Lawson now heads to the scorer's table. His team on top by 27 and 45 seconds to play in the third quarter.
Madison Central going back into a man set. They've thrown some zone in there tonight as well. Now back to a man here in the third.
Open look from straight away. Goes in. Nice shot. That's Anderson for the Maroons, knocking down the long ball. Richardson hit, and he traveled with it. Yeah, Bill thought he got fouled. No whistle. Got to play through it. As Feldhouse will come over to the bench. 23 seconds to play again. Don't want him to pick up a cheap one here. 23.4 remaining in the third quarter.
Yeah, got a little contact from Hargis that time, but kind of off balance a little bit and picked up that pivot foot.
Fraley trying to hold for the final shot of the third. Down by 24. Maroons need some points. Fraley will try and give it to him all the way to the cup. And a basket for Fraley. 2 seconds. Burton doesn't see it. Asher doesn't either. Finally gets it off. Won't count if it goes. It doesn't. And the third quarter comes to an end. Madison Central adding to that halftime lead. Now on top by 22 as we go to the fourth quarter on WBON TV.
Honor, integrity, excellence. When it comes to protecting your home, rely on the experts who have served our country. At VC Veterans Contracting, our mission is to make your home feel safe. Our customers constantly rate us 5 stars for our expertise and professionalism. Trust your roof to the veterans who served. Call VC Veterans Contracting today or scan the code on screen for a free quote. VC Veterans Contracting, your roof, our mission.
The constant changing of the weather in Kentucky can hit hard. That's why having Madison HVAC on your side is so important. Don't waste time. Schedule a maintenance check on your HVAC system and make sure it's ready to handle the constant changing of the weather that comes with living in Kentucky. Your comfort is their promise. Like Madison HVACR Inc. on Facebook or schedule your maintenance checkup at 859-625-1471. Back to the action here on WBON TV. Wes Chandler, Michael Watkins, and Wes. Pretty impressive showing for the Indians tonight through those first 3 quarters.
Well, it's just relentless. The amount of pressure that you can apply on this team. Already 4 players in double figures in scoring. It's crazy. Richardson leading the way with 16.
Yeah, Richardson's got 16, 15 for Feldhouse. And we've got a couple other guys in double figures with Burton and Asher. Patel will try a 3 for the Maroons. He'll put it in. A quick trigger for Patel. It's just first shot attempt, I believe. Yeah, first shot of the night, and he nails the 3-pointer.
Make it count.
Yeah, turnover for Central. Getting sloppy to start the fourth, and they'll give it right back to him. The Maroons turn it over as Richardson comes back away with it. Pick it up to Asher. Luke settles in for 2. Luke Asher, 15 points a game last year. Again, missed some time with that injury. Never really got right late in the year. But that's a guy that can fill it up as well with the stat sheet. Burton tipping it around. Indians ready to run again. Richardson's got it. He'll lay it off for Burton, who's been quiet in the second half. Not anymore. Count the basket and a foul. Grayson Burton Now 13 points. That's his first points of the second half. I don't even know if he's attempted a shot yet before that one.
Yeah, Measle trying to get the block, and Burton using a nice job of using his body as kind of another defender having to go across it, and Measle picks up the foul.
And I think that just kind of goes to show you how good this Indians team is. Grayson Burton, 21 points a game last year as a freshman at Knox Central, comes here, and there's so many guys that can take over a game for Madison Central. Burton, who had 11 points in the first half, did not attempt a shot in the third quarter. Now a three-point play to start the fourth.
Well, you go that long and teams forget about it.
Yeah.
And then they quickly realize, oh, no, we can't do that again.
Yeah. 14 points now for Burton as the Indians work defensively. Lawson guarding Fraley. Oh, nice strong move. Lawson, a big kid. Fraley able to back him down and get the shot off for Richardson. Three more, not this time. And the Maroons grab the rebound. It's a good look for Will Richardson. He's been money on those tonight. Backdoor cut. Now fed inside. And a foul called on Lawson as the Indians will send number 23. That's Cam Fraley to the free throw line. Cam, the other nephew of the head coach for the Maroons, had 10 points in 4 games last year as a young player, and now getting some minutes here early on in 2025-26.
Everything, especially for Pulaski County, is free throw missed right there, is going to be a teaching moment, especially early on in this season. This is a team that a year ago, with the guys that they had, just a little over 60 points per game is what they average. So they're more of a slow it down type of team that really thrives in the defensive half court. You can't do that against Madison Central.
No, and again, I mean, so Zach Anderson, they're starting, one of their starting players, is starting quarterback on the football team. He's not dressing tonight, obviously, with the state championship game on Friday for football. Burton gets in for an easy 2. And again, a lot of young guys. They lost a couple of guys last year, so Coach Fraley, this team will not look like they have tonight in a month or so. But a timeout called here. Maroons want to talk it over, down 67-43 on WBON TV.
Pruitt & Sons Auctioneers have over 24 years experience in the auction industry. Whether you're selling real estate, personal property, or liquidating your assets, Pruitt & Sons can help take your property to auction and walk you through the process. Serving all over Central Kentucky, visit PruittAuctioneers.com. And remember, Angela Pruitt for all your real estate needs as well.
When life gets complicated, you need someone who understands. Since 2003, Blevins Law has navigated real estate closings, wills, estates, car accidents, and personal injury cases with care and clarity. If your family has experienced death or injury, make Blevins your first call.
Blevins Law. Compassionate, reliable, real. Call 859-985-5410 to hire Blevins Law for the win. Office is located at 400 Richmond Road, North Berea, or search blevinslaw.net to contact them today.
Maroons will inbound it down 67-43. It's Blake Fraley, the young guard, bringing it up for Pulaski County. The son of the head coach, going to be a really good ball player. As the foul called against Madison Central. Very physical game here tonight, Wes. And I think most teams that play the Indians are going to feel it the next morning. And the same for Pulaski County. They're a physical team as well.
They are, and they have to be able to be successful. They play that kind of old school mindset as well. I've seen it a couple of times here. Their guards have not been afraid to go into the paint like right here.
Oh, nice move. Carson Fraley able to get in and finish inside for Pulaski County. Steele with it for the Indians. Up and in. Cam Steele. And for Steele, that's his first points of the game. So everybody that has seen the floor besides Christian Lawson has gotten on the board tonight. Lawson, though, has not attempted a shot yet. Indians with it again. Here's the ball over to Burton. He'll pump fake, drive. Grayson hanging, unable to finish. Feldhouse tried to slam it home, but a foul called as they'll send Grayson Burton to the free throw line. Tonight, Burton at the stripe, 0 of 2, missed both of his early free throws back in the first quarter. And we've got a sub coming in for the Maroons, fouling out of the game, one of their players.
Abshir fouled out.
For Pulaski County's football team, again, Zach Anderson's thrown 13 touchdowns this year, and they'll play again in that state championship game for the football Class 5A. What a year for the Maroons, 12-2, the top RPI team, and it's a matchup of number 1 versus number 2 in RPI in Class 5A on Friday night. I'll say Friday, that's actually Saturday night that they play. But they do, what, 3 games a night, I think? 3 on Friday, 3 on Saturday for state titles?
I think you're right.
70-45, Indians with the lead as Carson Fraley again works on the defense of Asher. Fraley again gets inside. What a move. Carson Fraley, watch him have a great year this year for the Maroons.
You talk about a guard that's tough.
Oh, my goodness. Jake Feldhouse cuts Wes off, as do I. What a move. Check this replay out. We might have a new drive of the game, Gage. Nice finish for Fraley on one end and a quick answer. Feldhouse not to be denied all the way up. One-hand jam for the Indians.
Well, what Pulaski County was doing on that, if you noticed, they were jogging.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah, Jake just right down the alley on the attack. Puts the lead back to 25, 72-47. We're trying to make a point there. Didn't mean to cut you off.
I forgot what it was.
73-47. Feldhouse supplying some fourth quarter fireworks with that one-hand flush. Fraley tried to kick it out of bounds. Oh, they're going to call a foul on Burton. Stykes will come back into the game for Pulaski County. 4:49 remaining. And a 26-point Madison Central lead. Fraley going to work it inside the paint. I tried to throw that one, I think, between his legs and the legs of Luke Asher. That's a backyard type play, but Fraley's had a nice second half himself.
Really tough ball to inbound here for Patel.
Maroons slow it down over to Fraley. Tough drive, just trying to get him some more looks. Richardson might have got away with the travel there, but you'll take it if you're a Central fan as Richardson's able to lay it in. Nice first game of the year for the senior Will Richardson. 75-47, 4:15 to play. We're nearing the halfway point of the fourth quarter. Stykes to Fraley. Or that's Hargis, excuse me, missing the jumper. But Richardson's got it on the other side of the floor for Madison Central. Over to Burton. Grayson driving in, kicking it back out to Richardson. Now Burton, they'll post up Feldhouse, kick it out to Steele. Open three in rhythm. Couldn't finish. Feldhouse the rebound, threw it back up. And Jake Feldhouse on the floor at the moment. Able to push himself up.
Still not 100%.
Yeah, Jake taking his time here. You may see the trainers come out there for him. They're going to wipe up the perspiration. Do want to remind you, coming up this weekend, Friday night, the Richmond Christmas Parade. We're live on WBON TV. You can watch it streaming on our Facebook page and YouTube channel. You can also find it on the Richmond Parks and Recreation Facebook page. Or if you're going to be home Friday night, staying warm inside, you can watch it on WBON TV, channel 9.1 over the air, or you can also watch it on Spectrum Cable channel 712. That's on Friday night. And then on Saturday, we'll be streaming the Berea Christmas Parade coming up from downtown Berea. So tune in both nights as we help you get into the holiday spirit with WBON TV. EKU's at home this weekend, right? The boys play on Saturday, or the men play
Saturday, yes.
Saturday at home,
yes.
And then the women have a full week off. They're back in action, what, Wednesday, I believe?
Wednesday, yeah, December 10th.
77-47. As Fraley comes across the timeline for the Maroons, he'll give it off to his cousin Blake as a whistle comes in and a foul called against Madison Central. It's on Burton.
It's away from the ball. Patel was trying to curl off of a screen, and Burton giving him no avenue to be able to come off that screen.
Richardson and Feldhouse will see their evenings come to an end as Lawson and Powers re-enter the game for Madison Central. Hargis come into Patel. Patel lays it off for Hargis on the curl. Now they'll reset. Back over to Hargis. Indians back in that man-to-man defense. Over on the right side. Driving baseline. Fraley blocked at the rim by Lawson. Steele lays it off for Burton. Three is good with a defender running out on him. Burton getting back to his first quarter ways as he knocks down the long one.
He had a Patel hard closeout too, so he had to overcome that as well.
80-47 Central. The big lead as Fraley again works it inside on Asher. Missed it. Rebound to Burton. Grayson outlets it to Powers. Powers hangs, and he'll go to the free throw line. 2 shots coming up for Joe Powers.
And these final 2:47, they're important minutes because both coaching staffs want to say, who can I go to if I'm in trouble?
Yeah.
And later on in this season, as the numbers game becomes more of a factor, who can I work into this rotation?
Yeah, I think for Pulaski County, you're seeing a lot of young guys that may not see minutes here in 2 or 3 weeks, but a game like this, those first couple of weeks when your football players aren't back quite yet, it's good experience for them. So if you get into foul trouble in the postseason, or you've got some guys that need a break, you can go to some of these young guys for spot minutes if you need it.
100%.
Burton comes out of the game for Madison Central, as does a couple of other starters. Cam Steele no longer in there. Jeff Hairston on the floor for the first time, along with Jagger Ham. And number 22 is Caden Morris, seeing some minutes in the first game of the year. Here's Venters, kicked out. Patel, man, he's hit a couple of threes and showing some confidence in this varsity game for Patel.
Yeah, this is going to do nothing but benefit Pulaski County as this season goes along.
Powers misses the 3. And coming up the floor is Lee for the Maroons. 2:10 to play. Patel straight away. Why not? Not this time. And the rebound to Ham. I want to say thank you to all of our viewers watching on television tonight. If you've got us tuned in over the air on WBON TV, Channel 9, and on your area cable systems, we invite you to check us out. All of our TV stations programming, including the newest edition, Movie Sphere, on our over-the-air Channel 9.3. It's one great movie right after another. And for more information on our channels and programming, visit WBONTV.com. And then coming up after the game tonight here on Channel 9 at 10 o'clock, we'll have some forensic files coming your way. The Christian Lawson back at the stripe for Madison Central. Oh, there we go. On the board is the senior Lawson. Now, Christian's one of those kids where he's just an impact player. On the football field, played some defensive end, played some tight end, caught a lot of touchdown passes from Carson Herbst. And out here on the hardwood, a good backup big that can give you some minutes, be physical, be a good athlete, and provide some spark off the bench for Allen Feldhouse Jr. Lawson will come out here as, again, the Indians go to the bench. Bryce Smith will come into the game. And also checking in for the first time is Jace Howard. Some of the JV guys seeing some minutes early on, Wes.
Yeah, it feels like it was a long time ago when we had that JV game.
Ham, some good defense inside, gets another rebound. He'll dish it up the floor to Morris. All tipped around, kicked out. Open 3 is up, short. Smith battling for the rebound as we dip under 40 seconds to play in the game. The first game of the season, Madison Central going to go to 1-0. Be plenty more victories coming up for this team this year. They try to close out the Maroons of Pulaski County.
Well, these are moments when you're a youngster that you never forget.
Yeah, first varsity minutes. Ten seconds to play now. Clock still ticking down. Venters a step back three. Pretty shot. Wouldn't fall. Smith grabs the rebound. Hairston will dribble it out, and Madison Central will go to 1-0 in the first game of the 2025-2026 season. Two great coaches showing a lot of respect for one another as they shake hands to close this one out. The final from Richmond, and the final verdict is in. Madison Central with an 83-50 victory over Pulaski County, and a terrific performance by the Indians tonight. When you want results that win, like Madison Central did tonight, be sure to check out Blevins Law Office, located in Berea. Plenty of victories on the resume of Blevins Law. We'll step aside for our final commercial break. We'll come back for the CG Bank postgame show, and we'll give you our Jack Burford Chevrolet drive to victory and the hot player of the game. All that coming your way next on WBON TV.
Gillum Sports Lounge isn't just a place for good food and hospitality. It's about gathering with family and friends, satisfying those taste buds, and cheering on your favorite team. You can't go wrong with one of their delicious burgers, salads, pizzas, or one of their many appetizers. Order online or stop in and see for yourself why Gillum Sports Lounge has been a staple in Richmond for almost 20 years. Located inside the Richmond Mall. Gillum Sports Lounge. Like them on Facebook to see more.
The holidays can stress even the best planners. Between travel, shopping, family, and everything else, you and your budget can get stretched thin fast. With CVMB checking powered by Bazing, you can make the most of the season. Score shopping discounts, save on travel, get roadside assistance, and even get paid up to 2 days early. All in one checking account that helps you make the most of the season. CVMB. Bank better.
Looking for a fiesta on a Thursday night? Head over to El Mejor Mexican Restaurant in Richmond. Karaoke Thursdays at 6 p.m. Grab the mic, sing your heart out, and enjoy $2.99 margaritas all night long. And don't forget, El Mejor is the only Mexican restaurant in town with a delicious lunch buffet served fresh every weekday. El Mejor, where every meal feels like a celebration. Located at 830 Eastern Bypass in the Old Richmond Mall. Nos vemos pronto.
Precision Gas Plumbing is affordable, fast, and reliable. A local fireplace dealer that offers gas, wood, or electric fireplaces, grills, outdoor heating options, and propane tanks. They also offer existing fireplace services, gas line installs, repairs, and propane delivery. Serving Madison, Fayette, Laurel, Rockcastle, Pulaski, and other surrounding counties. Trust Precision Gas Plumbing and stay warm and save money on your electric bill. Like them on Facebook or call 859-228-0077.
It's that time of year when we are day and night driving with our kids all over. Your car never stops. At AMCO Transmissions, we make sure to keep you rolling. We have the latest technology, certified technicians, and longest warranty to keep your vehicles running strong. We specialize in all foreign and domestic transmissions, drivetrain, or just general maintenance. Did you know at AMCO the average customer saves $1,800 in comparison to the dealer? And AMCO has a longer warranty. Come see us at AMCO Transmission for the best service and the cheapest prices around. AA MC.
When it comes to auto service, two things are important: experience and hometown service. Hall & Sons Auto Care is starting their 20th year in business in Richmond. That's 20 years locally owned and operated. Hall & Sons Auto Care can take care of you from preventative maintenance to major engine repair. Hall & Sons Auto Care is also carrying BW towing products as well as rough country suspension and lift kits. Give us a chance to be your auto repair shop. Visit us at 209 North Keeneland Drive in Richmond.
Closing things out here on the CG Bank postgame show. CG Bank wants you to know when you're taken care of wherever life takes you. Ask about Kashasha Cashback checking with 4% cashback on debit card purchases. Visit cgbank.com to see more. Wes Chandler and Michael Watkins to close things out here on the CG Bank postgame show. A big win for Madison Central start to finish. Wes, they were hot from the three, and that was the reason, or one of the big reasons why, along with their great defense, they pulled this victory out.
Yeah, 12 threes tonight is what Madison Central wound up making from the outside. And, anytime you hit double digits, you're going to win a lot of games, and they were able to do it. It wasn't just one quarter where they were on fire. It was a complete start to finish. They were doing it from outside. They were doing it from inside. Very efficient. I like their shot selection today. Of course, a lot of those were layups and dunks on the other side. When you can do that, that's going to lead to a good night as well. But a really efficient opening night for the Madison Central Indians.
59% shooting from the field, 53 from 3. 6 from 10 from the free throw line. And how about this? 4 guys with at least 16 points, led by a 20-piece from Jake Feldhouse and Grayson Burton. 8 points in the first quarter for Burton, 8 in the fourth, and 20 for the game. A nice performance from him. 18 points for Will Richardson, 16 points for Luke Asher, 6 for Joe Powers. And they get 2 points from Cam Steele, 1 point from Christian Lawson to round out the scoring for the Indians. A terrific opening night for Madison Central. We'll look now at our drive to victory courtesy of Jack Burford Chevrolet. They've got the best in both new and used Chevrolets and other models in Richmond. Be sure to visit jackburford.com to see the entire inventory and our drive of the game. Tonight, Madison Central's Jake Feldhouse. What a terrific performance from him. Had a couple of nice dunks, or a few nice dunks in the win tonight, and had a big one for our drive of the game. Again, courtesy of Jack Burford Chevrolet. Here it is again off the finish from Fraley. Feldhouse quickly the other way, got a foul and one-hand flush in our Jack Burford drive of the game. Jack Burford Chevrolet, we talked about a zero-turn mower. Tell you what, if you can fit a Chevrolet under your tree, you're really doing something. But a nice new Chevrolet, courtesy of Jack Burford Chevrolet, sounds good. Be sure to visit jackburford.com to see the entire inventory. Before we close things out, let's crown our hot player of the game. Man, Will Richardson, he was on fire tonight, and he was heating up from the start. Richardson, 18 points in the game, 5 of 6 from the three-point line, 6 of 7 from the field, and he is our Precision Gas Plumbing hot player of the game. When it's cold outside and you want to warm up like Richardson was tonight, then trust the experts at Precision Gas Plumbing, located in Berea. From gas logs to custom fireplaces or installing gas tanks, they are there for their customers at Precision Gas Plumbing. Follow them on Facebook to learn more with Precision Gas Plumbing. Wes Chandler, Michael Watkins. Wes, thanks for joining us here tonight.
Always,
man.
Yeah.
Good start to the season for Madison Central, and a busy couple of months ahead for sports fans with, football season closing out. Got the playoffs ahead for college and the NFL. High school basketball, though, in Kentucky, it just hits different.
Just the way we like it, right? Just the way we like it. Couldn't ask for anything better. The way that the state of Kentucky does their high school, none other. I mean, you look at some of the others, they have 5, 6, 7 state champions.
Yeah.
Only one true state champion here in the Commonwealth.
Exactly. And that makes it a lot of fun. We've got a chance to see Madison Central make a deep run of the postseason, but again, a long way between now and then. But game one looks pretty good. Indians win 83-50. Special thanks to all of our great sponsors and our fantastic crew as well. Landon Eads and Garrett Stearns running the camera for us tonight. Gage Hill, our terrific producer, and Samantha Burford, our halftime interview tonight. For Wes Chandler, I'm Michael Watkins. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. And as you get ready to celebrate Christmas, we hope to see you more often tuning in to us throughout the year. Coming up at 10 o'clock, it's some Forensic Files here on Channel 9. So if you're staying tuned for that, be sure to hang around for a while. Some great programming coming your way on WBON TV. Thanks for joining us, folks. We'll see you next time.